All right. Let me tell you this dream I had. Last night, I dreamt that I went to Ireland, and I can't tell you why. I can't tell you. I feel like I was for an event. I don't know if it was for a con or a gathering or a birthday party of people that meant something to me. I couldn't tell you why, but I went to Ireland. I'm leaving Ireland, and the people there that I can't tell you, I can't remember, who were seeing me back on my way home, take me to the airport, and they're like, here you go. And I'm like, yeah, where do I go to like buy my ticket and stuff? And or I think I thought that they had my ticket. So I was like, do you have my ticket? Like, you're supposed to have all my ticket and shit. And they're like, no. Look, and they opened up the back of this truck. And when they opened up the back of the truck, there was like this old fighter jet in it.
A tiny little fighter jet?
Yes. Like a single person sits in it, and there's no full canopy. It's like just the front part and a little bit of the back part.
Propeller?
It's all brown. You know what I mean? Just like flat out wings like this. Like, sounds. And yeah, exactly. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And they were like, you just take it around to the takeoff to the landing places, and then you just tell them that you're here to go to America, and you're going to fly back home in this thing. I was like, I don't know how to fly. And they're like, it's easy. Like, as soon as you take off, like, you'll think your whole life, like, I can't believe people get paid to be a pilot. I was like, I don't know, man. So then I started carrying it around. They had it like on a wagon, and I'm like dragging the wagon behind me, and I'm going
like a captain, like the airplane captain.
Yes, except like instead of luggage, it's a whole fighter jet behind me.
Tiny.
Because it's not like it's
so it's like a playmate's like fucking.
So the plane was like smaller than this room,
right?
So I'm just dragging it behind me, and I'm walking through, and all the people in the airport are looking at me. But then, like, I'm getting like from like the bros, I'm getting like some like, you're flying that, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, that's fucking badass, bro. And I'm like, all right. So like, then I start taking a little bit of pride in it. By the time I'm getting to the landing site, because I'm like, fuck, man, like it is kind of badass. I'm gonna fucking fly this thing home. I'm going. Like Q Neil Diamond, we're coming to America.
Jesus Christ.
And I get there, and all of a sudden, this guy comes out, and he's like, hey, man, are you sure you want to fly that? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, just go and see how much a ticket back to the U.S. costs. And I was like, that's a good idea. So I went back in the airport, and as I was going back in the airport, I was like, fuck, I don't even know how to land this thing. And then I woke up.
That's pretty wild. And it's very... A complete story. Sometimes dreams be jumping around.
Yeah. So that was my dream.
There was nobody else you knew in the dream at all?
No, and
not the people who visited either.
I couldn't even tell you why I was in Ireland.
We know why you were in
They
Ireland.
gave you a plane though.
I have more kids.
I had dream inception last night. I didn't sleep worth a shit last night. And I finally did go to sleep, and I dreamed about not sleeping.
Oh my god!
I dreamed about tossing and turning.
There's a lot of that going around.
I'm
crazy,
doing the
man.
opposite. Like sometimes, like I would dream about waking up, and then I wake up, but I'm still dreaming that I'm waking up, and then it's awful. It would take like 5 times before I'm like finally awake. I'm like, am I in the real world?
Dude,
Yes.
that's inception. You have to come out and come out and come out.
I mean, it's scary sometimes. I feel trapped.
That's my
like
sex
you
life.
can't wake up.
I think that like I often have dreams that are like super fucked up. When I remember them, I can't remember all the details, so I usually just keep it to myself because like the one little fucked up part out of context is like it's not worth people getting into my psyche over. Real quick, let's just get right into this, and it's really almost I think the only note. I think there's 2 notes for today. HasbroCon is coming up. It's actually going to start while we're recording this. The sneak peek. Mm-hmm. Now. I have friends. You, for instance, have a premium account.
I do. Humble brag. I spent $50 so I could get my figures after everyone else in the world does.
I mean, you're also the one who have YouTube Red, so
I mean, you know, ball, baby, ball, baby, ball.
So I was like, I know I want the indoor set.
It smells more like outdoors.
outdoors.
You got it. And I know I want the
Hellfire
Club.
What about the Ghostbusters?
So no.
Power Rangers?
No.
Transformers?
No.
Not even trying. Oh yeah, it's Hasbro.
Right.
It's a cardboard playset with some eggs.
Is it really?
It's like the quintessence.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like fucking Easter eggs.
What's the
cardboard.
Ghostbuster one?
I don't know. Why would I? I just know there is one.
What's the indoor one?
It's a bunch of shit he already has in a different box.
Yeah. Well, and then the what's the other one you said? The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I don't even know. I'm assuming there's a Power Rangers
Yes,
thing.
because
And the G.I. Joe is that Snake Supreme Cobra Commander.
Oh, okay, so that's it. So I should have just asked you if you could have done me a solid, but I was like, man, if I was Kris, first of all, I was scared there was some G.I. Joe shit I wanted, and then you might have had the G.I. Joe shit, and you're only allowed to get one, and so I was like, on top of that, if I was Kris, and I was asked like, hey man, you mind if I use your $50 membership so you can get me some fucking toys? I'd be fucking irritated, I think. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get myself a premium account.
Look at
so
this
I went
guy.
and got a premium account last night.
Well, I can't wait for you to get your toys after everybody else.
Can you say congratulations?
I'm spending $50, so it's like Costco membership.
Yeah, it's exactly what
to
it
buy
is.
You
toys.
save money with Costco though.
Well, you do get free shipping with this, and it does come on them if you've ordered it.
Lucky boy.
It comes up basically overnight because I think their
shit.
distribution's like it's close to Philly.
I mean, so the only thing this is good for is to get exclusive items.
So if you have a premium account, they're doing the reveals today, which I don't know why they're doing reveals because everybody knows what these exclusives are. Tomorrow, premium members can buy one of everything, and then the following day, the general public gets to shop.
But I think there might be more shit coming because have you seen these Mandalorian figures that are dropping now? All of a sudden, these they're like these.
Oh, they're up for pre-order places and they've already sold out.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so it's the concept art.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, and then there's like a what are they? What do they call the money? The
little chip.
Yeah,
The
so
little
it comes
gold
with a
chip.
piece
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, they look really good, except the Cara Dune doesn't translate well to me. The rest of them look good. They're weathered and different color paint a little bit here and there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a cool idea.
Imagine dropping $50 in the membership for action figures.
So I got to thinking about it. I was like, man, I've already.
It's a lot of money. It's not the.
Were you worried that you wouldn't get the things that you want? That they would
Yes.
sell out?
Yes, for one.
Which is crazy because it's action figures.
Yeah, and but then nowadays these fucking like these lines in particular are just like it's different. The game is different this year.
it is because there's nothing else to do other than complain about toys.
I don't know why they don't just make more.
I'm with you.
I mean, they're not limited edition. They're not fucking special.
I'm getting
right?
on the train.
Just fucking manufacture more.
I'm getting
And you
on the
make more
train
money.
of they're purposefully keeping it down to keep demand up.
They're doing a Bandai.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're over the weekend they're going to reveal another Star Wars vintage HasLab project,
I heard it might
which is
be
a little disappointing, but
yeah, well, I don't know why they would do another vintage what do you think it would be? Have you heard rumors?
I have not heard
Is it
anything.
HasLab? So is it one of those
It's a
giant things?
HasLab Star Wars vintage collection.
Which is 3 3/4.
I thought it means one of those another giant project.
It
Yeah,
is.
right. So
But it's
like
for a
the
3
Jabba
3/4.
Barge,
fucking
Unicron.
Sandcrawler.
But that's supposed to be a Disney store exclusive. Like they were supposed to
Oh, it's already.
they'd announced one years ago and said it was going to be a Disney store exclusive.
But that's years ago.
Yeah, it's true.
It could be a Death Star place. I
That
mean,
would
some
be crazy.
crazy ass Death Star gimmick. I don't know, but that's over the
I
weekend.
hope I don't want it.
You're gonna want, even if you don't want it, you're gonna get it, you motherfucker.
I don't know because I'm not balls deep in the 3 3/4 game anymore.
You didn't.
You're
You
pausing
didn't
into
back.
Star Wars though.
You didn't back
Yeah.
Cookie Monster.
I didn't Cookie Monster. That's true, but I've passed. Like I passed on a lot like the Rogue One tank for 3 3/4. I passed on.
But you're not a big vehicle guy.
Correct, but I mean this is
Well,
probably.
and
But
it's
a giant.
it's
It's
a
special
space.
though. You got the fucking barge.
I'm trying to think if there's like.
I know you like collecting the ships too, but I know it's a space issue for you. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's like a creature that I'd be like,
What if it's
What is that big?
that scary furry monster from the Ewok movie.
Oh my god.
I don't know what it'll be. I mean,
Jesus fucking
I'm
Christ.
anxious to see what they come up with. But they've got a schedule out like Saturday and Sunday. Every couple hours is a different thing they're doing. They've got the Dungeons and Dragons license, so I don't know if they're doing
nice.
anything with that. Figures. I got some celebrities that are going to be involved.
But there are very few like Dungeons and Dragons named characters that are.
Well, and they haven't said they're doing figures. They're doing maybe like some role playing stuff. I don't know. But it would be cool if they did.
Maybe a card game.
But it's owned by whatchamacallit, Wizards of the Coast,
which is owned by Hasbro.
Oh, it's owned by Hasbro now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a Magic. Obviously.
So why did they even need to get the license? They already have the license.
That's fair.
Yeah, good point. I didn't look at it like that. I don't guess I realized that Wizards own D&D. Although I know that they put out a Magic card pack that was D&D themed, I guess.
D&D's hot right now.
It is.
Is it?
For a while. For like the last few years.
Well, I mean, like celebrities are playing like D&D.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of celebrities actually been playing D&D. People just don't know about it.
Sure.
Vin Diesel's been talking about D&D for ages.
Yeah. Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, he has a whole D&D basement.
He's one of the people that's going to be on. And Matthew Lillard, the guy who played Scooby-Doo in the live-action movies, and he was in Scream. You know Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
No clue.
Good. 1% power.
Yeah, you do.
3% power and you're fucked.
Anyways, he's one of the other guests. And like Tenacious D. Remember that band?
I do.
Yeah.
Jack Black and
that other guy.
And the other guy, exactly.
They
I would.
The lawyer lady from Daredevil, she was on a D&D show before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some Walking Dead people. Yeah, we watched D&D. Critical Role is pretty fucking popular, but they dropped a.
Hang on, slow down. What is Critical Role?
It's when you need sixes.
It's 20s actually.
No, I'm sorry. Is this a show called Critical Role?
It's a.
Will be.
Huh?
Critical Role will be a show.
Is it like a YouTube?
It started off
so
as they're voice actors, a bunch of voice actors, nerd voice actors. They're a lot of animes and video games. You would know them. They have their own. They started playing D&D on their own, and then they started streaming it, and they started recording it, and it got crazy fucking popular. They dropped a campaign saying, I think people would be interested in an animated version of what we're doing or what we've done.
I've heard about this.
And it fucking broke Kickstarter.
Maybe you talked about it on here.
Maybe it was a while ago.
I've heard about the.
But they play every week, like it's 3-hour show where they play D&D and you watch.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But they have voice actors.
Now they have like their own. It's almost like their own like company. Because they don't just do
Geek and Sundries.
D&D. No, they're not under Geek and Sundry.
Oh yeah, they separated off.
Used to
They
be
got their own
under
studio.
Geek and Sundry, and then they branched off. They have their own thing, and they do like all kinds of different shows. It's not just the D&D once a week. The voice actors on top of their voice acting, they just do like other random shows. They have their own Twitch channel, and they've got thousands of viewers whenever they go live.
Bobby, have you ever
Even
played?
on the reruns?
I have never played.
I played. We played in Boy Scouts until one of the parents complained that it was
Witchcraft.
The
satanic.
devil.
And there was also a fist fight, but we weren't
Fist
allowed
fight
to play
with
at school
D&D is
anymore.
wild.
Well, the devil makes you do mysterious things.
Yeah, it was me in the fist fight, which is a crazy thing.
Really?
What? What
I don't remember what it was over.
Do you start it or do you finish it?
I swung first.
Oh,
and I put him
wow.
down. This was.
Well, you started and finished it
This was
then.
in like I don't know. It was Camp Jackson in Scottsboro, Alabama, in the late '80s. I'd imagine.
Back in Alabama, where he's from, you fight over D&D.
Yeah.
Do you? But you don't remember what it was over?
I don't remember.
What were they cheating? You think?
I don't recall. I just know that there was Dungeons and Dragons, a fight, and then a parent complaint, and we weren't allowed to play it anymore.
I was always confused by Dungeons and Dragons as a kid because it seemed like there was a game that you could play with miniatures.
It is.
It seemed like there was a game you could play without miniatures.
I mean, it's the game that you can play with or without miniatures. Better
Okay.
with.
So that was part of the confusion.
That's confused me as well.
There was a
over the years.
cartoon,
Oh yeah,
Advanced Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons, the cartoon,
and there was a toy line.
that supported the cartoon. Vice
And
versa.
there's a Marlon Wayans movie.
And then, later, Marlon Wayans movie.
He just dropped the weigh-ins on us.
And it just seemed like I was like I don't know, I don't even know how to approach this
Right.
franchise.
I was kind of the same way, and I watch a lot of YouTube, like Black Magic Craft. He does miniatures for D&D games. Really talented guy, but they're doing the little I built a hut and it's the size of a coffee cup, but it looks fucking great, and he's got a whole room full of this stuff, and they play on whatever day. I mean, it's almost like more like it. I mean, the Warhammer tables I've seen.
Yeah, it's very similar to the 40K, really.
Oh, I'm sure. I hate that fucking game.
Yeah.
So like,
As a matter of fact, Bobby hated the game so much he gave me everything yesterday.
Yeah, I offered
fair,
it.
it's not. You're not moving your whole army though. You just have your one guy.
Yeah, that's the difference.
that
It's
is-
easier to play
that
because
would be
everyone has
different.
their one guy, and that's your character.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about what Tuck Tuck's doing back over there.
Tuck.
I'll tell you, like, my thing is with 40K was it didn't seem fun. That was my issue with so
I'm getting there. I've gotten there also.
I love the world.
Yep.
You know, I love the
story.
lore and the characters.
I
and
love the miniatures.
Love it.
the art.
Want some more of it.
Yep.
But like,
All right, Tim McGraw.
so I'm like, man, I'm gonna paint this army. I'm gonna give it my all.
Yep.
When I get this fucking army painted, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fucking unleash the beast. I get this army painted. I get into the store and there's a bunch of fucking losers in this store. And then like,
Do they look at you like this when you walk in?
Dirty look.
Yeah, half of them have unpainted armies.
Yep.
Some of them don't even have the pieces fucking glued together.
Yep.
Like,
Wait, not even glued together.
Some
Yeah,
of
they just
them-
fucking buy them on the box and just plop them right out and just
Yeah.
no arms, nothing. They just put the gray fucking thing on
yeah, and then some of them have
on
like
metal back then. Yeah.
like pieces like that you could just take on and off. Be like, oh, whatever. Now he's got this on. Now he's got that on. And then I'm like, all right, well, let's play. Teach me how to play. And they're like, well, consult this book and then this chart and this. And I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah, and it's like
what?
eight books.
And I think D&D, you could make up your character and walk in and just
You can just
listen to the directions of the dungeon master.
Yep,
And you're good, right?
exactly.
Just don't ever
You
say
just
that
have
again.
you just have that one book.
yeah.
Well, okay, tell me what else.
It's called DM.
It's the same thing I do at my fetish club.
You DM.
Do you ever DM the DM?
I listen to the directions of the dungeon master.
Same thing.
Yeah, you just need one book, man. Player's hand guide.
Yeah, just one book.
They're like, you can go ahead and start by putting this on. I'm like, all right, Ray.
I'll tell you what I want to do.
There you go. Where's who now?
Much simpler than 40K. It's literally
Oh, I
have
believe
like
it.
you have to have like 4 books to play.
I believe it. It's not. It's not harder to be simpler than 40K. See, that's the thing that like, you know why Risk is fun? Because you don't need to fucking look at the rules.
Oh, you can get a 40K Risk nowadays.
Yes, that's true too. But you can just play the fucking game.
Yep.
Have you seen the Bandai 40K dudes that are coming out?
Yes.
There's some that they were only sold at Games Workshop website.
What is it at?
It's I don't know, salamander. There was a salamander guy.
The green?
Yeah, and then there was a yellow one.
Imperial Fist.
Okay, great. You're on track.
And then there's an Ultramarine.
And
Ultramarines a normal one.
Right.
I reviewed the Ultramarine.
Those two
Are special?
were only sold on Games Workshop.
Oh, I thought people were. I saw them on Instagram. I thought people were just painting the blue ones yellow and
right.
green.
And I'm sure there's people that it boggles my mind they didn't just sell a gray one.
Now I'm going to paint your gray pants blue.
Fancy. What you do switching sides in the Civil War? What's going on here, Bobby?
There is a model kit version.
That's that big?
It's pretty big.
Hey, it's total side quest here.
Side quest?
What have you ever put together a 1/48th Gundam, the big ones?
Mega size. No, I put in 160. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like this big.
I was
But
just
not the 148. That's way
they're
out of
15 inches tall.
I mean, they're not detailed though. That's the thing.
Right,
They're just
right,
big
right.
for funsies. Like the perfect grade are like thousands of pieces, and
Okay.
then the mega scale is like fucking 100 pieces.
right. That's what I was reading about. I don't know. I've been wanting to put a Gundam together, but these big meaty claws
Oh, yeah.
have a hard
Yeah, one of
time
those
with
would be
the
great for you.
minutia. So I was thinking about, is there like a Duplo version?
that is the Duplo version.
Duplo version.
And they look pretty good now. Back in the day, they look like shampoo bottles.
Yeah.
but
Like-
now they look decent.
It's like an RX-78 that's out. It's like
course.
it's like $80.
RX-78 is the fucking Optimus Prime of Gundam.
Exactly.
They release one RX-78 like it seems like every year.
Sure.
They released like 3 this year, 3 different versions because of the new 1/1 size, and then like anniversary.
That thing's
and then-
wild, by the way.
That's amazing.
The thing's great.
Dude, can you imagine? Oh, I guess you guys didn't grow up with it, but like showing that to my 8-year-old self, I would have fucking just imploded.
Oh yeah.
That thing's been making the rounds.
It seems like they're.
I've been watching it being put together.
Yeah. How long have they been working on that?
Not that long.
Yeah, it's not
that
a
fucking
ton
long.
of time.
They've had
It's
a lot
like
of
this
time
year.
during the pandemic, I guess. Well, they canceled the Olympics. Let's put all that. Let's put all that energy to put this guy up and running.
That's Japan energy, man.
Japan energy.
Yeah. It's where they dwell all of their xenophobia from. See, I'll never get over that shit. That conversation, remember you, Adam and I had that conversation regarding the bathhouses?
Yep.
You know, that should make me mad. Motherfucker, don't tell me. Well, you ain't welcome here. How about that? You can't come to my house.
Oh, at least it tells you your face, unlike here.
Yeah, that's true. Go sit in the garage. I'll say this. Let's see. There's something else I want. Oh, I went to the dentist this morning, and
I need the info.
Flex.
yeah,
I need the info for
yeah.
your
I
dentist.
haven't forgotten. So I walk in, and like it's like contagion in there, like plastic. Oh
everywhere.
my god! Like
Is this the first time you've gone since COVID?
Yeah, for sure. There's a chart on the floor of the directional path. Everybody's got fucking face shields on and all this shit, and I'm like, all right. So I walk up and they're like, hold on, we're gonna get your temperature, and I was like, okay. And then they like come up and I was like, look, I had it in August, and I swear in the background I heard, you know what I mean? Like, like these people are terrified. It felt like March in there.
Wow.
You know,
I mean,
like,
there's still people in places that are like that, though.
yeah. Well, so I'll be fair. I wasn't aware. Most people, you know,
You
places,
don't go to the general public that much either.
Man, our Walmart took the arrows up. You can walk
Any direction you want.
It was so freeing. They have it taped off at 6 feet, but
You just have
You
to
know.
wear masks around here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but see, like that, like it seems like
that's fine,
that's
yeah.
normal. You know what I mean? Like you go in, here's a little sanitizer, here's a mask.
Yeah.
You know, but like for them to be, I mean, they were locked down. You know, I couldn't even get my fucking teeth polished.
really,
It goes against the code.
because it spits so much shit out.
Yep. So like, so I was like, so all you can do is the fucking hook thing?
That's
Fuck you.
That's the important part. I don't even want my shit polished.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the important part, but it's also the part that's not fun, Joe.
Is the polishing fun?
Yeah,
It's like
I like a little
feels
tickle.
weird.
I like a
Yeah,
little
the
tickle.
tickles
I
in
like
my
a little
teeth.
tickle. And it makes me feel like my teeth are super clean afterwards.
I think they also take off the top layer of
your
your teeth.
gums are really bleeding. Yeah, well, you want to know how to fix it? Stop fucking hooking them with that thing, and they'll be fine. Try that. Anyway, that being said, it was an eventful morning, and we came back and coming back. I told you guys this, but to tell the listeners, like we're listening to Britney Spears, "Give Me More," and it, give me more, give me more, give me that. And the baby's in the back. She goes, "This lady better learn how to say please."
It's fucking funny.
Oh man.
And then she also told the dentist, because the dentist's like, "How old are you? Have you been brushing your teeth? Have you been flossing? Are you flossing? Are you brushing twice a day?" And then she was like, "Why are you asking me so many questions?"
She's so funny, dude.
Look, games to be sold, not to be told. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Mind your business, dentist.
Joe, you got coffee first. Chris, how was your nerve?
It's strange. I almost always beat your neighbor here.
Yeah, I
It's
know, it
strange.
is.
It was good, productive week. We got a lot of dioramas done, boxed up, and shipped, and the train keeps rolling. We're getting close to the end of this run, so I watched The Boys.
I need to do that.
1 through 5 so far. They're doing Joe's favorite thing, and they put out 3 episodes the first week, and then they're doing 1 a week to finish it. So
Perfect.
I'm up to speed right now. Once again, know nothing of the books. I'm glad they did a recap because I had no fucking idea what happened in the first season.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, you didn't watch it or you forgot?
Oh,
it?
well, I'm telling you, if I binge something, I don't retain it the way like
I
I
agree.
remember most of the Mandalorian.
Me too, dude.
See, I'm telling you, man, it's that binge. Our brains aren't built for that.
You end up viewing things that you binge as a whole instead of the sum of its parts.
Right. But so far it's great. There's a new character introduced, and there's a backstory there, and the same kind of shenanigans, and it's just so fucked up. I mean, there's. I know the books are bad, but just to visualize this stuff that's happening, it's like, oh my god, these people are so fucking horrible.
Let me ask you a question, because so I can get on a soapbox with this dude, right?
What dude?
Guinness. Or Ennis,
Oh, yeah.
Is it Garth?
Ennis?
Ennis.
Garth Ennis? Did he?
It's something like that. It's like
Yeah.
He did Preacher. Garth.
Yeah, it's Garth. He wrote a lot of the Punishers.
Punisher Max.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so look, the Preacher is great. The Boys is great. I'm sure the stuff that he did for Punisher is great. Like, I read that. I thought it was.
It's really fucking dark and brutal.
Well, that's the one where he's a Vietnam and he's got like demons. He's like talking to the devil and shit.
There's done so many.
That is
versions,
good.
can't
I like
keep up
that.
with
Yeah,
it.
I like
Punisher
that.
Max a lot.
You let me borrow that one. I think it was that one.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, this dude obviously has criticisms of America. And I'm not above criticisms of America. However, it's one of those things where it's like, you ain't even fucking from here. Fucking don't ever fucking interrupt me. You know what I mean? I get defensive. It's like if we sat down, the three of us, and trashed America for 30 minutes, I wouldn't skip a beat, and I'd laugh the entire time. But then you bring in some guy from Paraguay,
right?
And I'm like, nobody gives a fuck what you got to say. You
know
what I mean?
I've always had a problem with that, like Rage Against the Machine, and they're from Slovakia or something, right? Not Rage Against the Machine. Shit, System of a Down. Yeah, I'm sorry, wrong heavy metal screaming people. My bad. Totally fucked that one up. They're from somewhere in the Eastern Bloc, and they've been very critical of the U.S. Bono, for example, is from Ireland. Your second home, your dreamscape homeland, home of airplanes and lost luggage.
Other people go to the beach. I go to war-torn countries.
That's right. Can I see the IRA, please, while I'm here? I got some things I need to straighten out.
I always mess with Andy, the Irish dude. I'm like, dude, like when he had him on Force Sensitive and shit, I was like, dude, how many abandoned tanks have you watched Star Wars in? And I know it's not like that at all, but it's just funny to imagine.
I started following the hashtag abandoned places on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, it's great, I'm sure.
Oh, man, there's so many. There's a lot of shots of, like, in Russia where it's just 1,000 tanks just sitting in a fucking field rotting because
a lot of
they just parked them and left.
On that documentary, I talked about it on here where it was about Afghanistan. It was on Netflix. It was like a 2-part documentary. It's fucking fascinating. But they show like how like the Russian tanks that were abandoned there when they pulled out, so to speak, that they the locals had like turned them into like jungle gyms and shit for not proper jungle gyms. Like, they just put like a fucking board up against it, and kids are like using this tank as a slide now. Like it's like shit like that is like it's powerful shit to me, you know?
Yeah, swing the barrel around. Let's put a swing on it. Could you imagine just one day? Boom.
Yeah.
Well, that school's gone. You need to build another school.
What were we just talking about?
We're talking about the boys.
The boys. Oh, and Garth Ennis. So he's, and I don't necessarily think he's always wrong, but I do think that a lot of times his view is a very stereotypical view of America. Like
that's fair,
and you don't see the nuance of the kind of big points that he's trying to paint with a very wide brush. That being said, I love most of his work. I just find myself getting defensive about some of it.
Understandable.
And there was something else I wanted to say in regards to it. But there's 2 questions I have for you. One, there's that girl in the first season. Is she raped?
Starlight?
Yes. Because she's raped in the comic.
So the Deep makes her go down on him to stay in the 7.
Okay, so I think they do a blow bang in the comic.
It's just him, and then he's ostracized, and they send him to Poughkeepsie or fucking Iowa or some shit.
And then there's that bit with the dolphin.
Yeah,
that I remember.
Yeah, you
didn't even watch The Boys, did you? Dude, the dolphin part.
Yeah.
Just don't watch it.
I was going to say watch it just for the dolphin part.
So
it would break your heart.
There's a whale part this time.
Oh, really?
So far.
So there's like a blow bang
scene. Really
scene.
Likes fat girls.
Or maybe it's not a blow bang.
No.
Maybe it's just the American, like Captain America or
Homelander.
God,
he's a bastard.
It might have been him, but like he's the one that makes her go down. I think that starts, but I want to say it's a blow. I can't remember. The second part is have they done this bit where you encounter a team that's kind of reminiscent of the X-Men to you?
No, I have not seen that. So
that's a bit that I really remember in the comics. That like they're surveilling this building, and inside the building is like this team of young people gifted with a certain ability that makes them different from humans. Like it's the X-Men, right?
Yeah,
and some of them has visible deformities, some of them don't. Some of them, you know what I mean, like the whole bit. And like it's basically like this fucking like. Imagine like Marilyn Manson in their prime, Dipset, Rammstein, G Unit, all in the top floor of a hotel after a show. It's like what they're doing.
Okay.
Like drugs and women and men and everything. Just a fucking drug, alcohol fuck fest.
Nice.
You know?
Sounds great.
And it's all the X-Men. And it's like fucking hysterical.
No, they haven't. I mean, I won't give away what's going on here, but some things come out publicly about, how they're created and whatnot. And it's been really good so far. I mean, it's the butcher story gets pretty wicked in there too, and you find out some more information about him and his situation. So
I've got to read it. So the problem with me and the boys, so to speak, is that I was missing a book.
Right.
So I've read like 1 through, I don't know which one it was. It was either 7, 8, or 9. I was missing one of them. So I bought it the first time, and I was like, by the time I get to 6, I'll just buy 7. I get to 6, and I'm like, man, I don't feel like buying 7 right now. A couple years go by, I'm like, you know what I need to do? I really need to get to reading the boys. Start again. I was like, look, by the time I get to 6, I'm going to buy 7. I get to 6, I'm like, I don't want to buy 7. 3 times that's happened now. Now I finally do have them all. So
you do have them all now?
Yes.
I heard that 9's the hardest one to find.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because 7, 8, 9. Guys, these weren't planned, but you might as well just like
you're just getting naturally
give
talented.
Me the beer funnel.
You're getting naturally talented.
Give me the beer funnel.
They're just like in him now.
Seven, 8, 9.
Classic.
Yeah,
classic.
Yeah, we do what we can around here.
All right, continue. The boys.
But I'm looking forward to having them. I guess I didn't realize they were rolling it out like that. So I enjoy having. Oh, it's Friday. I get to watch. The show.
Yeah. No, I want to watch them.
Let's see.
Because the first season was all binge, wasn't it? I want to say. It just dropped.
I think it was all out.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm sure some algorithm they're trying to fucking break.
Yeah, probably so. So I watched the Challenger documentary.
I did too. Could have been 2 episodes easily.
It could have been. Of course, all that stuff could have been 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. I'm long in the tooth. I'm several years older than you. I remember I was in the 4th grade. We didn't watch it for some reason. We normally did watch that stuff, and I remember our teacher, somebody coming to the room and telling her something. She starts crying, and she's like,
because it was a teacher brotherhood.
Sure, tells us what's happened, and I'll be honest, I cried like a baby.
Are you?
Man.
Dude, watching the documentary?
Oh yeah, I didn't know because that's the thing. Like I knew that had happened, but
I was like, man, in 4th grade, you were sensitive, man.
Yeah, I was what? How old are you? Like 9 in the 4th, 9 or 10, or right. or 12, whichever.
Damn, resource room.
And
maybe
you didn't realize the impact of what was happening, but it was like, geez, that's the kid who played Ralphie in the Christmas Story, Peter Billingsley. He was like part of some young. The world they were treating this like it was going to be a commercial airline. Like kids are going to be able to go to be the first kid in space, and the teacher was going, and I guess the flight before a senator went. He had actually bumped somebody who ended up on this, and they were just trying to take Joe. Everybody was like, next is going to be Jimmy Hoffa is going to go to space, or
his remains.
Yeah, whoever, and all that happened, and it's such a sad story the way it happened. It makes you mad, They knew what the issue was, and
the gaskets.
It's a seal. It's a O-ring.
Yeah,
and they're like, it's just like an O-ring you'd go buy at the hardware store, except it's like 40 inches long. It's huge. It's maybe 4 feet long.
Right.
And it looked like some fucked up double jump rope, and they were putting it in. And there's like a primary and then a failsafe. And the primary had been failing, and the failsafe had burn marks on it. And that morning that it happened, it was like 22 degrees that morning, which was horribly unusual for Florida.
Yeah.
That's why they do these launches in Florida. And Thykal, who my wife's grandfather worked for and retired shortly after this.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. They had a call or whatever, and they said, with all the vendors, and they said, we don't recommend you do this. And they basically got strong-armed into saying it was okay. And all that came out in the Senate hearings and whatnot. But, man,
that's fucked up.
You look at it from 10,000 feet, so to speak.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't just do that. It's like you can't even help yourself anymore. It's like you're just speaking in the code.
That was literally an accident, but I'll take it. how far back? I mean, that went from. I was watching it in the shop, and I came out to use the bathroom, and I was talking to Kelly about it. I was like, her school kids were there watching, and Ralphie was there with all those kids.
Ralphie was there.
He was there with his fucking Ralphie glasses on. And then they were interviewing him as an adult, and you could see how, like, fucking had an effect on that dude,
I mean, yeah.
Oh my God. And, like, all the parents, and it took so long for everybody to realize what happened. Like, there's been a malfunction. Okay, well, what's that mean? Because you see the SRBs just, you just wonder how far the space program would be now.
I mean,
if that hadn't happened. I mean,
because we're getting really far now.
We are now.
We got set back like 20 fucking years.
Well, but they were back. They had Discovery back in the air in like 32 months. They back in orbiting again. But I don't know, man. They were trying to just keep a schedule, and obviously,
and the press machine behind it.
Yeah,
is like, like fuck them. You know what I mean? Like no, we're pushing it back. Sorry.
Yeah, because they pushed it back like 3 or 4 times already.
But all that shit, it all comes down to the algorithm, right? Mm-hmm. It's like you're trying to keep it on the front page of the newspaper so that you can get more federal funding, and you know what I mean?
Keep your funding going.
It's all a
teacher,
game.
Did anyone get I guess in trouble for this?
No, I mean people lost their jobs, but nobody.
Yeah,
nobody did any
no one
time
actually
for it.
had.
They're like, look, Timmy, we're gonna write you up for this one, all right?
Yeah,
enough's enough.
Timmy, this is going on your permanent record.
This is a verbal counseling.
You got to work in the mailroom for 2 weeks before you come back to your office. All right.
So I just feel like there's like no. I guess justice would be the word. You know what I mean? Like no one taking responsibility. No one.
The one that killed me, they were interviewing I guess a lot of the people that are still alive that were involved, and that one guy was like super old. That had like the hairs coming out of the top of his nose and shit. He was like, I wouldn't change a thing what I did. I did what I did, and I'd do it again. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you've been sitting around stewing on this for what, 30, 40 years now? Jeez, I don't know. But now we're doing privatized space flights and rockets that make sense to travel interstellar. Have you guys ever seen SpaceX land?
Yeah, man, it's fucking amazing.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
It fucking lands like a rocket.
Have you seen?
Really?
Have you seen the double landing?
Like Chinese finger?
It's like docking. Yeah.
Really?
No, but they
have you really never seen a SpaceX thing? Dude, it is the wildest shit. It's almost like they're just playing a launch in reverse.
I saw that Red Bull guy jump out of space down there.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
But we're getting there, man.
But that was
time.
That was interesting. I watched a movie that I don't know why I put it on. It's called Gemini Man. It's got Will Smith in it.
Oh, with the twins?
Not
twins, like young him and. So, like, have you seen a movie called Logan?
I've seen Logan.
Yeah.
It's like that, right? And I'll be honest, part of me was like, it's got some vibes. I know how much Bobby likes that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but Bobby also loves Will Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
He didn't have to cuss in his raps to sell records. I don't know if you knew that.
But I do, so fuck him and fuck you too. But I like Will Smith when he's not doing
Will Smith. I gotta get me one of these.
Yeah, I like.
This was a little bit toned down, to be honest.
I like Pursuit of Happiness. I like Ali.
What about the 7 grams? Or
that one. I like. I like all that stuff. It's just when he's like,
over
time to save the world. I'm like, oh God, won't you?
I Am Legend.
Quit.
This was a little. I like that movie. This was a little bit. He was a.
It's okay.
Hitman or assassin or something, and he does his last job, and he plans to retire. Well, they come after him, and la-di-da, he goes off, finds out that they've cloned him, and it's got, I don't know the actor's name, the guy who plays the Doctor Strange's sidekick.
Okay, yeah.
He's in it.
Doctor Strange's sidekick, the Asian guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why you. That's why you look.
I didn't know.
Bobby's head swiveled.
Why would you? I just saw him as an actor, Joe.
I've grown this past week.
YK wrote us a message about the conversation regarding Mulan last week that I want to bring up too. Interesting. I mean, he co-signs your point of view, and I like I said, that point of view makes sense to me too. Mm-hmm. But I do think at the same time, it's harsher. It's harsher on the stereotype than I feel like we are at all things. Like it's not the same for everybody. You know what I mean?
Who wrote us?
YK. You're familiar?
I got a zipper.
Yeah.
YKK. That's Japanese.
So So the
Good
thing
shit.
is, I always call him because one time he was the one that told me that Kang Toys was actually
Is that Young Kang? Is that who that
yeah,
is? Is that
yeah,
the name,
yeah,
Young Kang?
yeah. So that's what I said. I was like, dude, I call you Young Kang in my head. And
I was just bullshitting.
And I was like,
what does that stand for?
And I was like, dude, I was like you signed to Cash Money. And, and he was like, no, man, my name ain't nowhere near that cool. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Hang on one second. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
so yeah, Will Smith. I mean, he's not like up to 10. He plays a 50-year-old guy, and they keep mentioning that, and you know, and
He also plays a 20-year-old guy.
yeah, I will tell you, they did a good job with the
De-aging.
de-aging and, you know, or face replacement or whatever it was, and you know, they even his voice has a little bit more Fresh Prince in it than it does 50-year-old Will Smith.
Nice. I mean, they're getting good. Once they figure out how to do something, you know, from that point on, it just gets better.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the faceless actor thing, like you have confused me about.
You
that
get
haunts
so angry
me in my fucking dreams more than anything we've ever talked about.
well, they found out Will Smith's true weakness:
What's that?
entanglements.
That's right.
Did you ever hear that song "Entanglements" by that dude? That like
August.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I've never even heard of that dude.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's so bad. It's like it's talking about Jada after the whole thing, right? It's like entanglements, we be entangling and shit, entanglements.
It just sounds like a boat full of trash.
Hey, but he got his 15-minute fame, though.
Oh, for sure.
I just watched like an episode and a half. It's The Secrets of Great British Castles on Netflix. I just mainly wanted to see about, you know, oh, that looks cool. I can make that. But it was like, so the castles that I watched, it's Edinburgh and Cardiff are the two.
Okay.
And I know where all those Games of Thrones ideas came from, because most of that shit happened in some capacity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there wasn't a red wedding, there was a black dinner or something like that.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And it's talking about dudes getting drawn and quartered, and oh my god, what a horrible way to die.
Oh, yeah,
like they found one dude that was supposed to be like an urban legend that had happened. But they had like found the skeleton of this dude, and he's literally been cut into fours. His spine's been split.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's like it's crazy shit. But I'd love to go.
Rough times back then, man.
Yeah, I'd love to go to England and just tour castles.
Yeah,
I just think
that
that
shit-
would be amazing.
I went in. I went inside a few castles in Italy and in France,
Yeah,
and like it's fucking anywhere. I would imagine it's the same. You know, not for nothing. The other place that pops in my head, Egypt, China, like these places that have like this huge history,
right.
You know, and you're like, fuck, I'm standing in something that's like hundreds of years old, thousands of years old in some cases.
That's hard to fathom because
Yeah.
I mean the oldest thing here is what 600 years
Yeah,
maybe.
it's like I was just like, yeah, this is from from 60s.
Yeah, like oh yeah, this house was built.
People are real proud of that shit around here, though.
Yeah,
Oh, they got a fucking plaque in front. This house was built in
Yeah.
1928.
Yeah, you like that?
Who cares?
It's historic.
Yeah,
you see this
historic
fucking,
district,
you see this
yeah.
fucking Nissan out back? Historic plates.
This house is pre-asbestos. That's
Dude.
how old this house is.
Yeah.
I sent you guys this video. I think did I send you the Waffle House fight video?
Yes.
Did you guys watch that?
Yeah, did you see that comment? Like,
Yeah. That is crazy, but I haven't watched it. Kelly was saying watch it 2 or 3 times because like the girl's titties are just hanging out,
Correct.
swinging. The dude ends up getting the guy in the sleeper, but she says at some point in time, and I didn't catch it. They say we gotta go. We got coke or something like that. It's just like there's so much
I'll tell
going
you,
on
man,
in that video.
that
It's
staff-
crazy.
That staff gave it their all.
It's funny that
They had
that
heart.
came up because I saw somebody had posted. It might have. This sounds like something Dante would have posted. It was a Waffle House employment application. The question is, do you know how to fight? Hey, listen, my wife grew up in Atlanta, and she worked at the Waffle House on Fulton Industrial by Six Flags, 3rd shift. So she's got some Waffle House.
Oh, I'm
stories.
sure. I would have her
So-
come on just to tell him.
I mean, I wouldn't apply to Waffle House unless I thought I could fight.
But
They got a Debo working there.
I'll tell you, like when it started getting aggressive, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, this is where they run. And then I was like, holy shit, no.
But
No.
I'm like, but in my mind, I'm like, what could cause a person to want to attack employees at a store?
It sounded
So
like one of them
bad.
took their phone.
It was very hard to
Because
understand.
that guy's screaming like, give me my phone back. Give me my phone back.
Then they might have had something to do a lot more less with Waffle House and more to do with the cocaine.
Yeah.
This
It's
is, they got
possible.
coke. Right, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So stairs. I'm getting old. I have stairs in my house.
Weird flex.
I just don't know that I trust stairs anymore.
Trust the stairs or trust yourself to go
No,
on
I don't
stairs?
trust the stairs because they're always up to something. To those of you that have said you need these jokes to get your week going, I'm trying to give you as much as I can. I'm really waiting on Joe just to leave one day.
That was a grand finale.
Joe's going to leave out the side. He ain't going to say bye to nobody. He's going to go out the side.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll never come back.
I was like, oh God. I was like, man, well, you are tall as a bitch.
No, I don't like stairs, and I always said I wouldn't have a house with stairs, but now here I am.
Here you are.
There's only one stairs though.
Yeah, it's just one.
But you also have an entrance that's like 6 feet shorter than you.
Oh, to get downstairs?
Yeah. Like, you can't even walk downstairs straight.
Yeah, nobody can, hardly. I mean, maybe you can, Joe.
I think I just make it.
Yeah.
I've watched so many people hit their head on that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
You know, like when you're wearing a baseball cap and you got the little button on top and it just smacks it. That shit hurts.
Who designed that shit?
Right?
Short people. Got no reason to be mad.
When we were looking at houses, we looked at a lot, and that was pretty common. That's a support beam that runs the whole length of it. Right. That's what that is.
Right.
You can't cut it out or anything. But, we like the house so much. I'm like, all right, I'm willing to deal with the side duck for
it's a cool.
future.
I like
the
going
house.
Yeah, I like going to your house. I like you should invite. I'll tell you the deck season,
dude. I was thinking that I know. I want to get done with this production run, and then I told Kelly, I'm like, I want to.
Deck season's coming to a close.
Yeah, I've been sitting out on the deck a lot in the afternoons, man. It's so nice out there.
Yeah, well, I'd love to experience it.
Oh, sure.
Love to feel it.
We'll get there, I promise. The last thing I want to talk about is there are no more grails. That's no more grails. But there's something I'm looking for. It's not a grail. It's something that I have a fond memory of from my childhood that I've always said if I had the space and the means to acquire, I would try to find. I'll tell this story real quick. So growing up in Alabama.
Where are you from?
My mom's mom, my grandmother, was in a nursing home later in her life. She had dementia, and they had tried to, have people stay with her and everything. Nothing. She was unmanageable.
Right.
So they decided to, put her into a facility. My mom would go see her 2 or 3 times a week. And when we were, out of school in the summer, going and seeing her once a week was cool. I think I was in middle school. It's probably 89, 90 around there. But 3 times a week's a bit much. So, and I'm thinking about this now, how protective my mom was of us. She would drop us off at the Tattooed Lady, comics and skateboards, where we would hang out for hours sometimes. And they had skateboards
and comics,
trucks and all that, and they had comics. And their loose comics, like their old back issues, weren't in bags, weren't on boards. Huh. They were loose, and they had the price written with a pencil on the inside of the front cover. Huh. They were all readers, safe to say. This was long before anybody was, slabbing anything. So there was 2 things in there they had other than, they had a drink machine probably, and they had I think a Pac-Man cabinet, Miss Pac-Man something, and they had a pinball machine. They had a Williams Cyclone pinball machine. I don't know if you guys are familiar with pinball at all, but
yeah,
I know pinball.
The Cyclone, it's a roller coaster, carnival themed roller coaster. On the art, it has the Reagans sitting in the front seat of the roller coaster. Wow. Nancy Reagan's got her "Say No to Drugs" shirt on.
Oh, of course she does.
I met there was a guy there that worked there named Daryl, and Daryl was the guy you'd think he worked in the comic shop. Mm-hmm. Overweight, mullet, Coke bottle glasses, sweatpants.
Sure.
You know the vibes.
Had Atomic Man #1.
Super, yeah, almost. Super nice guy. I mean, me and my brother were kids hanging out, probably asking a lot of dumb questions. He never even batted an eye and entertained us the whole time. The Cyclone's the important thing, but I want to tell the rest of the story. That was, I'm just going to say 90 at the latest. Fast forward to maybe 2002. I have moved away and then moved back. And there's a new store that's opened up. I want to say it was called Anime Export or something like that.
Oh, really?
They had to change the name shortly after they opened. But this was the first time I'd gone anywhere, and they had they were selling my toys from my childhood as collector's items. I guess this was the first time I had realized, oh shit,
right?
Maybe what I have, So I would buy some stuff there, and there was a guy in there that I'd come in and he'd always say, "Hey, Chris, how you doing?" I'm like, "Doing fine." 3 or 4 times in, I'm like, "Dude, how do you know my name?" It's like, "From Tattooed Lady." What? Yeah, I'm Daryl. No, you're not. Pulled out his driver's license, mullet, Coke bottle, fat. Dude had lost like 100 pounds, and it had been,
Oh, wow. Good for him.
12 years, and I was like, what the fuck? That's just so random. And he remembered my fucking name, and obviously didn't look the same. So back to the pinball machine. Awesome. I've always said I want that. I want one of those pinball machines. I mean, I have a space to put it. I have the means to get it. I just have to find one for sale. One sold in Hagerstown, not too terrible.
Oh, no shit.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned that.
I might have. But the only one I can find in the United States for sale right now is it's on eBay, and it's horribly overpriced. It's like $3,000 over market value. Now that may include shipping. I don't know, but there's a couple places close by, and there's one in Sykesville, and I think one close to DC that actually is like, I guess if you're going to open an arcade, they rent you the machines or whatever. So I'm going to contact them. It's like, hey, I'm looking to buy a Cyclone. If you come across one, here's my information. And I'm assuming that's kind of how this works. But I joined some groups. And I'm going to tell you right now.
The amount of Chris conversations that start with, I joined some groups.
Well, I mean, listen, that's a great way to find out information. Right? To see what the learning curve is.
Test the temperature.
Did y'all ever get into that fucking Jedi fighting club fucking
I'm in the group. But
of course you are.
There's not a lot going on. They meet at like places where Dante would be rolling around on the floor, but that's COVID season's kind of killed that.
Oh, of course.
And there's a lot of interesting questions asking that. But I joined a couple of these groups, and there's people that have basements full of these fucking pinball machines.
Oh yeah.
And there's a brand new Ninja Turtles themed one that's out. There's a standard edition. There's a deluxe edition. There's a limited edition, and they're like from $7,000 to $12,000. And these guys have and they're trading them, and it's a whole nother world. I mean, people are into shit we don't even realize.
Did you see that Caleb had built like an arcade?
I did.
How awesome is that?
That
for
is
his
really
kids?
cool.
Like they're all like the 1-up machines.
I don't know
where
where he parked his car, but
yeah, but he has like the carpet and everything, like the arcade
carpet.
And
really
they're
cool.
all they're all like in scale for his kids.
Oh,
so his kids have like the arcade experience. Of, like,
really cool.
It's his birthday today, by the way. Happy birthday, Caleb.
Happy birthday, Caleb. So saying that to say, putting out my network here, if anybody. You never know. You might go in the pizza shop that you've gone in every day, every week for the past 40 years, and they might have one of these in the back that's unplugged. You never know. Somebody might stumble upon one. I just keep my eyes open and see one that's in the price range. I don't need a mint condition. I'd like they call it a player version. But then there's this has been shopped, all the bulbs and rubber, and there's a lot to that.
Right.
Knowing that the board needs to be changed, and then people are like these there's a Walking Dead one that's come out sometime in the past 10 years. Like all this stuff's been upgraded, and we put new artwork on all. It's like a whole customized,
refurbished
to the pinball game.
My favorite machine. I never got heavy into pinball. My dad loved pinball.
Yeah,
but my favorite.
I think it's like last generation kind of thing.
My
because like when you go to the arcade back in the day,
see the incisors.
you go to the arcade, it's like the pinball side and the arcade side. You're like, fucking pinball. You walk right by them and go to the arcade machines.
I can tell you the whole pinball. I can only trace it back to that because I don't like the arcades I went to. There was a timeout in the mall. They didn't have a pinball machine.
And the tilt.
Yep, tilt.
We had the only other game I played that was like a pinball machine but wasn't quite a pinball machine was in Myrtle Beach. And it was like these baseball games, and it was just a bat, like at the home plate.
I'm familiar with those.
And you swung the bat as the ball came, and then there was like little holes for like first base, and then there was a little guy, and he would run so you'd hit the ball, and you might get like a base hit, and your runner would go up to the first base, and then you could it was like playing.
Don't
fucking,
point
at me. But it was like playing fucking baseball,
You ever see Bill Clinton?
And you play. I mean, you get RBIs and all. You know what I mean? Like it was all sorts.
I remember those. Yeah,
that was fucking cool.
I remember. This was a million years ago. I was working at the Piggly Wiggly.
Oh man!
And there was this little dive place we'd go for lunch. It's a little greasy spoon that had amazing hamburgers, and they had they had a pinball machine that was probably from the 50s in there. It was a very old machine, and it was all mechanical. You know, there wasn't any digital light up and anything. And new pinball machines, like, I don't know, it's like the score now, it's like you have to get 40 million to get it per game.
Yes.
You know, back in my day, you know, the scores weren't that high. I don't know what the adjustment there
You
was.
just add the zeros and it looks more interesting.
I played a ton of skee ball.
Dude,
I love skee ball.
I found something you might be interested in.
I'm not getting a fucking
Two
skee-ball
lanes
thing.
of skee ball.
Hey, you can. Hey, that would
Dude,
fit right the fuck
dude,
Yo, that's perfect right there.
right there. 2 lanes of skee
Hell
ball.
no.
5,500. It's in
no.
Sykesville. I'll help you get it. I'll bring it down.
Hell
Dude,
no.
the kids would love. I love skee ball. Can you throw them backhand? You do the
Oh
backhand?
no,
Yeah. Put some English on it.
no, I'm an amateur, man.
Just roll up that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You'd think with all these, you know, Chuck E. Cheese went bankrupt.
Did it?
There's no joke here, I promise, unless one naturally evolves.
I'll be honest with you. I thought the castle one was it for today. When you said, like, I've been looking at these castles, I was like, here we go.
Oh, okay. False flag. But I figured a lot of that stuff would just be popping up randomly. You know, I'm sure they did auctions for a lot of that.
That's just that's a bummer for some reason to me.
Did you go to Chuck E. Cheese a lot?
No, but like showbiz is long gone.
Yeah.
So like,
That's an interesting story. I've watched. There's a guy YouTube. There's a guy called it's The Company Man.
Okay.
Who tells a history of companies, and he's got one about Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz, and it's like Showbiz started, and they were running it one way, and 2 guys left and started Chuck E. Cheese, and then Chuck E. Cheese ended up buying Showbiz, and
really,
yeah. I remember in Huntsville, Alabama.
Where are you from?
Yeah, there was a Showbiz, and it was just Chuck E. Cheese one day, so they just changed
I
them
don't remember
over.
seeing Showbiz. It was Jeepers and Chuck E. Cheese.
You don't remember Showbiz?
I remember Jeepers.
Showbiz was at Laurel. It was in the Laurel Village, like Create a Hobby.
I thought that was the Chuck E. Cheese.
Eventually, like just what he
Yeah.
said.
Well, they bought 'em out.
What year?
Yeah, I don't know. Showbiz was in the corner, like
Yeah, no, but that's what Chuck E. Cheese is.
yeah.
It's all been a Chuck E. Cheese to me. So like,
Yeah, no,
I think
that was Showbiz. That's
before
why-
my America time.
Did AG like work in the kitchen? Showbiz and AG?
Oh wow,
Dude, that's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut. I'm surprised.
I can't name a single track.
Yeah, I'm. Do you
But
know
I
what
can
crew
name-
they were affiliated with?
Boot camp?
No, but
That's
I
just
like
a guess.
I
It's just
like
a guess.
DITC, digging in the crates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Dust Mites probably would have known that one.
Oh,
That's
there's
a-
no
that's a-
doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
doubt
yeah.
in my mind.
Who did he say I looked like last night? God, it's
Jimmy Heineman.
some like no, it's some fucking House of Pain affiliate group. I can't think of the name of it. Lords of Brooklyn with a Z, maybe. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
the hat.
But yeah, but he but yeah, I'm surprised that you would drop that reference. I'm impressed. That being said, Lotus building that fucking 1-1
Dude,
ape from Showbiz.
I saw something horrifying recently. Somebody was I guess it was a garbage collector and had gone to drop his load, so to speak, and there was a fucking Chuck E. Cheese animatronic, like it looked like Five Nights at Freddy's. It was all fucked
my
up,
God.
half torn. Like, dude,
That's scary.
It's
That'd be
some of that shit is horrifying. Like as a kid, some of that shit was horrifying to me. I was like, this
Yeah,
shit ain't right.
that didn't appeal to me.
This shit ain't
No,
right.
it never did.
But I used to fuck the pizza up.
dude, I love Chuck E. Cheese pizza. People,
I don't love it. I don't remember it.
I can eat it, but like I would never go. I'd be out there and be like, man, I can go for some Chuck E. Cheese.
I have
Yeah,
a-
right.
I have a whole spree of Chuck E. Cheese jokes if you'd like to hear them.
Oh my God.
All right.
Yeah. If I'm banned from one Chuck E. Cheese, am I banned from them all?
Yep, I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah. Where can I park my van? Do y'all stamp all the kids? How often do y'all search the ball pit? Okay, there you go. Hey, can you see this thing on my ankle through my gray sweatpants?
You know, it's funny. That's the first place I played Mario Brothers was at Showbiz.
No shit.
They had a Mario Brothers arcade.
I remember at one point they had like what was in the arcade. They had them there,
Yeah.
and then later on it's like,
Here's the rocket
we
ship.
have this game.
The rocket ship comes
Yeah,
up.
I don't remember
You
them
know,
having arcade machines.
Yeah.
Stop the button when the light gets here.
And it gives you
win
tickets.
Yeah, there was only a few. It was and they had Goonies. Do you remember the Goonies arcade game?
No, not at all.
Yeah, it was kind of like
It's definitely before my time.
it was kind of like the layout in my mind's eye. I haven't looked at that shit in forever, but the layout, it looks like Donkey Kong to me, but there's no Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't even know what you're running from or if you're running to anything, but it looked like that.
So I know you're off the skee ball, but I did see something else you'd probably like. It was the sit down Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was. I never got to play that shit because that shit was like $1 or some shit.
See,
again.
that is a thought. I mean, like if I put arcades there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're so fucking expensive. You know what I mean? But like, if I put like Mortal Kombat 2, and they're just like the ones I love, like the proper ones, like not the one-up ones.
Yeah,
like,
the full consoles.
Yeah.
I mean, they're out there. I mean,
I was gonna say to you earlier, like the Westminster Mall has an arcade there.
They do, yeah.
That's where I got the DDR machine from.
Oh, really?
Like, talk to the owner, or they have a Facebook group too. Like, he's an arcade enthusiast.
Okay.
Like, he plays and he fixes them himself.
Yeah.
So, like, I would say hit him up. He might know how to get you one.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. The last thing I want to mention about this is in my just random stumbles through the internet looking for this. I saw this, and I hadn't seen it probably since I saw it when I was a kid. A Street Fighter, not Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter, the big console. I mean, the thing, it comes out at an angle. It's like this. And I didn't remember this, but there's the joystick, and there's like these two big, like, soft pads.
Yes, the harder you hit
The harder you hit, yeah. I'd forgotten that, because I remember I'd always see that in the arcade, and I was super intimidated by like just seeing the dudes up the
it was
the older kids up there
Yeah.
playing, yeah. I just like, wow, I hadn't seen one of those in a
I mean,
hot minute.
I was fucking intimidated with Mortal Kombat 1. Like when that shit came out, because they like it was all like I was like in 6th grade or 5th grade. 6th grade. I was in 6th grade at Owen Brown, and then you got like all these fucking high school kids up there. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know.
My brother was.
I'd like to have a chance. But
Well, when I was in high school, my brother was in. He might have been a freshman in high school, and there was a pool hall not far from us. That's a strip club now.
I love to hear it.
Yeah, man.
God bless them.
Shout out to Visions, but it's right next to Showcase, next to the adult bookstore. Anyways,
take me there.
they had Mortal Kombat tournaments, and I remember taking him, dropping him off, and I don't know if he did any good or not. But
Dude, the famous story with Mortal Kombat in a tournament. Well, so this guy Anthony Adams, a childhood friend of mine, we played all the time, and we got so good at Mortal Kombat 2, we'd both go up there with like $1 and play all day against people. There's always people hanging out at the bowling alley at Hopewell.
Yep.
And I mean, we were doing like the and one of Mortal Kombat. Where like I'd put a quarter in, he'd put a quarter in, he would hit a move, he would spin off, I would jump in, hit the dude with a couple moves, I would spin off, he would come back in. Like that's how we were treating people up there. It was terrible. But one time, this guy Red, I feel like every neighborhood had a Red growing up, but this guy Red talked a gang of shit about Mortal Kombat. How he was, and we were all hanging outside Mario's house, and we're like, all right, well, let's go up there and play. So we went up there. Laura's with us, the whole bit. And I fucking beat the brakes off of this dude. Like, I taxed his ass. Like, he had to fill out a W-2. And when I was done with him, I was like, you want to go again? Or do you think that was you want to choose? You can size somebody up, after you play them once. But hey, you choose my player, as a matter of fact, from now on. Like, And Laura was like, this is probably as close as I'm ever going to feel to, like, my boyfriend winning the football game.
Oh, wow. You said goddamn right. All right, and that'll wrap me up an hour in here. So,
Joe.
I don't have my phone because we got locked out this morning.
Joe, I'm concerned. How often is this occurring?
This is the first time for me in... I don't remember last time.
Okay.
But this exact same thing happened to her. She got locked out once because the back door, you can open it from the inside without unlocking it. And it's on a spring thing, so it closes behind you.
Mm-hmm. You know what we put on what Kelly installed on our garage door? Beep, beep, beep.
We have a keypad machine.
Yeah, we have
a keypad lock.
We have that.
Right on the knob.
Oh, we don't have
and
a lock.
it worked when we moved in, and it's still lit. The buttons, but the code doesn't work anymore for some reason. I should probably get that checked out now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'll never fucking lock myself out because I haven't. And I was like downstairs.
Well, the fact that the door can be locked and opened is dumb. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a dumb door.
Yeah.
Dumb as a doorknob.
Oh, there it is.
I never use that door. Is the thing. It's like the door that goes out to the backyard patio. I either go out the front door, or I go out the garage. So I never use that door. But like she was, we're doing a cosplay stream later. And she's already in full costume. She is. Take some pictures.
My baby said, "Are you a superhero?"
She was like, she would not stop staring at her.
She's like, "What superhero are you supposed to be?"
And then she got into her little Wonder Woman.
Yeah, then she
outfit.
was like, "No, because Kris, who's the character's name?" from JoJo.
Lisa.
Yeah, it's just like Lisa. But like, what? Like, no, let me show you what a superhero looks like. This Wonder Woman. Not sure if you've heard of her.
Yeah, she was fucking having a good time. So, like, yeah, So I don't have my phone. That's the story.
Well, off the rip. Let's see what you got.
Yesterday, Bobby was like, I'm getting rid of some 40K stuff. I'm going to come over. And then I did. And he was like, I thought it was just like little bits and pieces. Because remember, he used to have a big old table with all the models on it. And underneath the table, there were like, I remember there was a couple of boxes of random stuff. I thought, it was, oh, yeah, I'll take those. And I came over here. He brought out 3 fucking full army cases I've never seen in my fucking life that he has hidden somewhere.
Wow.
Like big. One of them is big. It's got like a shoulder strap because it's like a fucking bigger than a suitcase big.
Nice.
I didn't even know they made one of those official. That must have been old.
Yeah.
Well, that case is probably worth $400,000. Of course, you'll never sell it along with that Pokemon game.
Oh, fuck no. Yeah, and then he was also gave me all his painted stuff. I didn't like that he doesn't have up, which I was surprised because like usually painted stuff is personal. But like for me now, it's like my Bobby collection.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's like
that's cool.
Like,
and it makes me feel good.
Art. It's like fucking art. I'm gonna put it on my shelf.
And it makes me feel good that it's like going to some place that I like. You know what I mean? It's like being appreciated. Yeah. Which is an added bonus. It wasn't my intention. I was just like, look, I'm gonna donate this shit to veterans because they'll fucking take any of it.
Yeah, I didn't take everything. I took stuff I could use, and there's a few things in there that you could definitely sell on eBay. One of the boxes is like $300 at least.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't started using some bits and pieces. Oh, this armor looked like a great little greeble piece in this diorama. And
so
it's just so little, though.
I probably should look at some of it, like just for like tech details and stuff.
But you have some building pieces in there that I could probably.
I occasionally will buy a battleship model at Ollie's for like $8,
right,
and just tear it apart and
use a hole.
Use just a little bits
bulkhead.
here.
Yeah. I mean,
the mainsail.
But it's just it's like it is taking up a lot of real estate because, like you said, it's a lot of shit. It was 2.
I didn't realize how much you had.
Yeah, it was 3 army cases, 2 regular size ones, and then one large
giant one.
And then 2 full boxes of Timberland boots filled with stuff, and then 1 big green tote filled with stuff. You know,
I remember seeing that tote in there. I didn't realize that's what all that shit.
Yeah, me either.
So it's like,
did it feel good?
Yeah, and like I'm working on this space.
But anything is important to you. You have in the case up here, right?
Yeah, like the most important stuff. And then I when I went through it, I pulled out a couple extra things.
That guy right there.
Oh, I didn't even see the tanks and stuff back there. Nice.
Put them as a little
and the Gargant.
Just a little.
Okay.
You know, and I'll that's not their final resting place either. But it's like
they're good showpieces.
Yeah, I'll splatter them in as they so to speak as they come.
Looks good.
So yeah, but that worked out. I'm happy. I'm happy that you took them.
Yep, I'm happy to have them.
Oh, and then we took a walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had a nice brisk walk, like 20-minute walk around the neighborhood because you know how I am. I fucking pull up directly, shortest route into my house, walk in, and I close the garage door before my car's finished parking, and that's how I live my life. So I have no idea about this neighborhood. I don't even know like the branches. Yeah, because the neighborhood is huge. It's like 6 neighborhoods like combined together into one. Yeah. So, like, we took a walk in. He gave me the lowdown on everybody.
Is it more like a Zeta combiner or a Unique Toys combiner?
Well, it's like a Zeta.
Okay.
But, like...
yeah, I guess. Because it's kind of parts forming.
But, like, I'm going... Because, I've been walking this walk, and that's... You went on the short walk. One day I had to take you on a long walk.
Yeah.
But, like, I've been walking this walk now for almost a year.
Walk it like I talk it.
Right. For almost a year. So, like, you kind of get to know... shit.
Yeah, like
hey,
those people.
Jimmy.
He's like, right up here is gonna be a dog that jumps, and right he said that, the dog jumps up. I was like, oh shit!
It's like playing Mario.
Yeah, and then like
you remember the level?
And then like we're like walking past this one house. I'm like, look, there's like a super like fit dude that lives here, and he's married to this big old fat girl, and like just like you pick up little shit,
and you look in there, and there's a fucking squat rack and a fucking weights and everything,
and an empty fridge. Which is a fact. Not that it has anything to do with it. It looks like an old fridge that's been decommissioned. It's just open and empty. But and then like we were looking at like I was like, look, there's like these folks have like I was wrong about the one because they'd taken it down. I was like, these guys got a Biden flag, and like a little humble one. And then there's a couple little humble Trump ones.
And there's one giant one inside of a garage.
I was like, look, we're coming up on this one. They got like a huge flag,
but inside the garage, it's like. I don't know. It's like
this is,
you want people to know, but you don't want people to know. Yeah. You want people to walk by and see it.
It's more so for me. It's more so for me.
It's not advertising it. But I don't understand the little ones. It's like
I don't understand any. Like
I don't understand putting one up at all. But if you're gonna do
I
it,
am voting for is never anything that I feel the need to market to someone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like because basically that's all it is, announcing who you like. Because you're not changing somebody's mind. It's not like I walk by. It's like, oh, I've never seen that name before.
You know
Let me fucking vote for that guy.
Motherfucker is running for president, ain't he?
And honestly, like, would you really want to put either one in your yard and have some dipshit come exit your car?
Right,
or,
exactly.
Throw a brick through your window.
And like another thing about it is like I'm much, I'd much rather, I would much less want to hear about who you're voting for as opposed to why you're voting for them.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Like
true.
like that because you might change my mind. Like I've had my political
like the policies.
but he's for this and he's for that, and I didn't even fucking realize that locally more so, but
because it's more nuanced. I feel like more diversity locally.
Yeah, well, people talk more about nuance locally. I feel like, whereas when it gets to federal, people are like,
left or right.
It's NRA and he hates abortion, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Continue, Joe. Is there anything?
What's her face died. Speaking of politics. Supreme Court
justice.
Yeah, Ginsburg.
Yeah,
Ginsburg.
I mean, she's
been like a big civil rights person.
And she's really old, and like her health has been up and down. Like
she's had cancer 4 times.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And it's good for her that she made it this far.
Yeah. How old was she? She had a good run.
It's like 87, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
good for her.
Those seats are like lifetime or some shit, right?
They're lifetime until you retire. I guess.
Which is also crazy. And nothing should be fucking lifetime. Even presidents aren't fucking lifetime.
I agree.
I don't know why congressmen are. Well, anyway, we're not talking about politics here.
Right.
So we're streaming later. Kelly the Talrahime on Twitch, KELEE _ between every word. Streaming a lot. She's been off this week, like I said, so we've just been streaming. I haven't done much. We played this game called Super Bunny Man, though. It's fucking hilarious.
It better be.
Like I'm enjoying these, like, as much as I love like AAA story based cinematic games, I do miss the simple like Mario Brothers type.
Yeah,
game.
I do too.
Like, it's just fun. Like, I was talking about Heap Ho last week. Like, it's just these two meatballs with arms, and you swing each other towards the goal, and that's it. The game is to win the game, and this game is you're each a bunny man. It's a side. Imagine Mario.
So Bunny Man, is it a?
It's a men in bunny suits.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they fucking get down. They can dance. But when you play, like, there's only 2 buttons. A jump button and the stick to rotate you. So, like, point you where to jump. And you're trying to get to a goal. And, like, they die in hilarious ways.
Okay.
And they can grab each other. So they 69 and shit. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, that's been fun.
Real quick, video games. We got in the, I don't know what they're called, the 3D pack for Mario. It's got Mario N64, Mario 64.
Oh, it came in?
Yeah, we got ours.
Ours hasn't come in yet.
Everything got delayed. Like Mason ordered his own copy, and then we ordered one for the house. Mason got his first, and I'll tell you, man, like Mario 64 was the first 3D Mario game. And bless their heart, that game is it's not fun to play.
Really?
Which one?
It just seems so clunky.
I gotta play.
It's Mario 64, so it was the first 3D. But
it was just great because it was new at the time.
Right. But
I remember it being fun. Woo!
Mario for the Mario Galaxy is freaking amazing.
See,
still.
I didn't find that game fun.
Really?
Yeah, like when the kids have it, and they played it. They
well,
loved it.
I mean, part of it was probably wiggle the sticks.
Well, I
and
hated the
all
hat.
That. Nope.
I hate the hat.
No. That's Odyssey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Galaxy is the one that came out for the Wii.
Oh, I never played it.
It's fun.
Yeah, the hat thing.
I haven't played it, but I watched the kids play it. But like just
same.
But like the super. Well, I played it back in the day, but I didn't watch. I didn't play it. With its pre-release. It looks like they polished the graphics a little bit on the Galaxy and on the 64. They're like, here it is. It's not even widescreen. We didn't do anything to it. It's pure. And it's just, oh my gosh!
I don't know, man. I'm anxious to play it. It's been a while.
I didn't like it when it came out.
See, I loved it.
I didn't like it. Like I played mostly like N64. The wrestling games on there are amazing. 21 years ago, my favorite wrestling game, WCW NWO Revenge, came out. I saw that on the internet yesterday.
GoldenEye
was fun too.
Turok.
That dinosaur hunter.
Yeah. I like Donkey Kong for that.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country,
and then the Mario Kart, of course.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Oh, the Star Wars pod racing game, Rogue Squadron, all that shit. Like that shit was great.
Yeah, that pod racing game was actually really fucking fun.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Banjo-Kazooie.
What?
Exactly. Banjo-Kazooie?
Banjo-Kazooie, no.
That was Alabama exclusive.
sounds like it would be.
Have to go to the Hoot and Holler and learn how to do some picking and grinning. That's a real thing.
And we've been playing Among Us with our friends. It's up to 10 players.
Tell me about that, because my kids are playing like a Roblox version of that or something.
I don't know. It's fun as fuck. If you have chat anyway, it's a bitch if you're just typing. So like we usually get in Discord and then, like we get 10 people together and we play. So you're each a spaceman.
Okay.
There's 10 of you. You can change a lot of settings, but this is a normal way to play. There's 10 of you. 2 of you are imposters.
Okay.
Nobody knows who the imposters are except for the imposter.
Okay.
You have a map. It's different. Sometimes it's a space station. Sometimes it's in a spaceship. And every spaceman has a list of tasks to do.
Spaceman.
The spacemans. Like the cute little spacesuits, bro. No different colors. You can put little hats on them.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, you have to go fix this wire. You have to go, like, do a bunch of space shit to get the ship going, right? The 2 imposters, I'm assuming they're either aliens or something. They go around pretending to be spacemen, but try to kill people without getting found out.
Okay.
And the objective is either the fucking imposters kill everybody before we figure out who they are, or the spacemen just do all the tasks, or find out who the imposters are. So like, if you see a dead body, you can report it, or there's a button to call emergency meeting, and then everyone's on mute, by the way. During the gameplay, everyone's on mute. And when it's meeting time, then you put the mic down and we talk and be like, all right, I saw this dude doing this. He looks suspicious as fuck. And you try to figure out who the imposter is, and you vote. And if there's enough votes, the person who gets voted gets ejected into space and they die. But you can set it up so like you immediately will say they were ejected, they were an imposter, or they were not an imposter. Because you can fuck up and eject.
Right. Good guy.
Yeah, but we play where you don't know till the very end. When you either win or lose, then you find out. Because it's more interesting that way to not know if you've ejected a real person or not. Because once you're dead, you flip the mic up and you don't talk the rest of the game either.
So is this on Steam? Is that how you get
it's like
this game?
$5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's on mobile too. Mobile for free. But it's real hard to play because it's so small.
Right.
But if you have a tablet. But this is a fun party game. Like we were playing for like 3-4 hours.
The kids play some.
And then you can rotate
Roblox.
people in and out if people want to play.
Some Roblox game, it's a general concept. You don't know who the murderer is kind of thing.
It's a party game. It's fun because it's a show. And like are you a good liar? Are you a good, bluffer? But yeah, and I'm not apparently. And also my bloodlust gets to me. I kill people too quick. I always get caught if I'm the imposter. I'm like, oh, this guy's alone. Let me fucking stab him. I turn around, there's a guy looking right at me.
Damn.
Yeah, you have to try to like get people alone and like.
I'm still stabbing.
I feel like Bobby would enjoy this game actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's easy. Also, another easy game like you just need a fucking point. There's nothing complicated about it. It's like the social aspect that really is. And try to like observe people to see who is being suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the mood to play some games recently. I just haven't. It's just like time, dude.
Yeah, Kris has actually been playing a lot of fucking games. I've been watching her play games. She's into Monster Hunter World now, fucking hunting dinosaurs and shit. Fucking, she got Mass Effect 2 on queue. She bought a 4.
Yeah, she's been playing that. You said that she was going to start playing.
Yeah, she's going to start playing. She's waiting for another friend who wants to watch her play, and she bought a 4 game bundle. They look great. This is like Diablo style, top down, but the art and the music is fucking amazing in all 4 of these games from this one company. Bastion, Transistor, Hades, which just dropped, and I forgot the last one. But yeah, so yeah, she's been super into games.
Cool. Nice.
And we've been streaming. There was something else on my list. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Did you watch anything of note?
Twitch.
Okay. Fair.
The chat.
Huh?
The chat.
Yeah.
That's what
I've been watching like people, because like we have people, our audience, who also stream, so I watch their stream sometimes because they're playing games I haven't seen before either, so that's been entertaining. It's like, I was watching the new Mortal Kombat game last night.
Oh, really?
It looks fucking great.
The last...
And this like, dude not that it's fucking Shakespeare or nothing, but like that's a deep story. Like he was playing the 1-player mode for stream, of course, so in chat. And like, that was more story than fighting in that.
The last, 3 Mortal Kombat, ever since they rebooted...
Yeah, with X.
Yeah, with X.
I liked X a lot.
Everything from X on has been great.
Yeah, because you don't just pick one guy to play. Like, you watch the movie, the story, basically one long movie.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this fight happens. You get to be this guy now.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I like both the Injustice games also. Like they're like they same engine, I'm sure, because like it's all the same dynamics of the fighting. But like you could tell that like I like the personality of the shit. Like like the Joker special moves are all like
I've actually played that.
Are right in line with him. You know what I mean? Like one of the the Batmobile comes in and fucking drives over you and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Guess what Charlie's favorite move is? The Batmobile. Happens a lot when we play. We had it for the Wii U.
Flash hits you with like the 30 hit combo, like real quick. It's like a special move, and it's like you can tell they care, like they care about those characters, like they, you know what I mean? They know.
It's not just a skin.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's all I can think of right now. If I have anything, I'll jump in.
We've already kind of talked about the Challenger. I watched that, but I was falling asleep. Like I was watching it for like a week and watching 20 minutes and falling asleep and watching 20 minutes and falling asleep. And so I've probably missed a 10-minute pocket here and seen this 10-minute pocket 3 times. And, another thing, along with my issues regarding all streaming platforms, they need chapters.
Oh yeah,
they need chapters. Yeah. Enough's enough.
On Netflix,
on Netflix, on Amazon, on all of it needs fucking chapters. Disney, all of it. Like if I if I'm an hour and 45 minutes into this 2 hour and 15-minute movie, just let me skip along to like dunk dunk dunk. Okay, now you're at 2 hours. Dunk dunk dunk. Now you're at 2 hours and 45 minutes.
But some services have a memory. It will say you want to resume where you
not when I fall asleep to it. They don't.
Oh right. Well, whose fault is that?
Well,
no chapter. It should be at least like in like 15 or 30 minute increments.
Yeah. So, something easy, brief, quick, like just down. Instead of I got to scrub all the way through this fucking thing.
You just you need something that go on your TV that detects retina activity. Once it stops detecting it just stops.
They'll do that first before they just do a chapter.
Yeah, the retina detection.
You got to,
and then it won't work. It won't work, and I'll have to be sitting here like this. Like, please turn slightly to the right.
We noticed one of your eyes is bigger than the other. It's throwing off the algorithm.
Enough.
There's an algorithm for you, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's see what else.
That's how Tipper Gore kept from getting pregnant. They used the Al Gore rhythm.
You're on it. You are on it.
The Al Gore rhythm.
You are on it. I'll tell you, I watched a little bit of more of The Vow. I think I only have one episode left to finish, and then episode 5 went up Sunday. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but that's the last one. So
that's the sex cult.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
It's interesting. I'll be honest with you. I've been watching it. I haven't really got to a part of it yet where I'm like, this is a really fucked up thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely a cult. This guy definitely had women brand themselves with his initials and shit. Mm. And it's like, at what point...
Here we go. he put down the vape. He's got both hands loose, folks.
At what point does influence become criminal?
That's a good question.
Like wherever I'm like, dude, you should try the vitamin water. 0. I mean, I know there's no sugar in it, but you should try it. And it's like you try it, like, oh, I like this. That's influence.
I mean, usually things that are illegal is like blackmail, right? Where you're like coerced into stuff. Because like Scientology is not fucking illegal, and they do the whole fucking
probably should be,
but they do the whole excommunication thing,
right?
Yeah,
right.
And they audit you, and
they make you like basically hold people hostage,
exposed.
Yeah.
But like with this, like
that's
I mean,
fine.
Like you get these women, they come in. You know what I mean? Apparently, they found this dude to be charismatic. I think that's criminal.
Charismatic?
Yeah, charismatic. And, at a certain point, they start branding his initials on him, and I'm sure he's behind it. Like, yeah, you should do that. You should,
If no one's holding him down.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about. It's like,
what did they... What did they charge the guy with?
Yeah. So
you're not there yet?
I'm not. I don't even know if the guy's been official because she was charged.
She was charged, so he has to be. Unless he's on the run or something. I'm just wondering, like, Oh, let's just fucking look it up.
Yeah, because I would assume it would be like. Oh,
what was the name of that cult?
It's Nixium or some shit, but it's spelled all fucked up with V's and X's and.
Just
I'm gonna put
Smallville sex cult.
Sex cult. Yeah.
Smallville sex cult will definitely do it.
Because I'm assuming it's gonna be like other shit, like fucking drugs or underage girls or something that's not just.
I haven't
culty.
seen any evidence of that so far of underage girls or drugs. He's definitely slimy. You know what I mean? Like this dude, like in the way he talks and all this stuff, and then when people start wanting to get out, you can tell they don't want people getting out of it, and you know what I mean. But I'm not sure. But I mean, he's allowed to not want people to be. He's allowed to not want people to get out of it, right?
Yeah, as long as it's not holding them.
Correct.
Yeah, physically or.
And who knows? I may have fallen asleep on the 10 minutes. It's all fucked up. You know what I mean? It's fucking possible.
Okay, well, let's see what he was charged with. Oh shit, where did it? I hate the New York Times.
Yeah, all of those sites are like that.
God, it's like Pinterest.
They click through every fucking page. Hey, yeah, I still use Pinterest.
I know.
Read full article? No, I just wanted to see the fucking. You know what I mean? What the fuck? That's why that's what brought me here, dickhead.
No, give me the first paragraph and a bunch of ads, please.
Read full article.
That's what it is.
But yeah, it's like, you know, and it all starts off the same, right? You're building your chi and you're being positive and you're, you know what I mean? Like all that kind of, the same culty shit that's in every fucking cult.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're fucking branding some dude's initials on your fucking pussy. You know what I mean?
So he was arrested for sex trafficking conspiracy, and conspiracy to commit forced labor, and was found guilty of all charges.
So sex trafficking.
That means it has money involved. Someone's getting paid somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people were definitely paying money.
So yeah, that's definitely illegal.
No, but I mean, they weren't paying money for sex. They were paying money for to get to the next level, like Scientology.
Yeah, but sex trafficking, and I think
it's a personal development company offering executive success programs and a range of techniques aimed at self-improvement. That's exactly what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, but sex trafficking would mean like you're
it's got to be in there, right?
Yeah. He probably has other dudes coming in and like, yeah, you can fuck this dude, and he's getting paid for it, something like that.
Episode 5. I'll let you know next week. Let's see what else. I built Laura and I finished the Ewok diorama.
That looks great.
I'm happy with it, man.
Great.
It was like one of those ones, like when it was done, like I just started laughing at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like because it felt like the grown up version of the Kenner one.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What you have?
Yeah, like I was like, I just started fucking laughing at it. So this other thing I wanted to talk about briefly, it's become like an internet hot button apparently, is I bought the Marvel Legends 3-pack that has Nimrod in it. And I go outside my door, and there's the Marvel Legends box of Nimrod sitting there on my porch. Not in a brown box around it, not with a bubble wrap, not with
paper wrap.
The little paper wrap stuff they clump in there usually. It's just sitting on my porch. And I was like, what in the fuck? So like I took a picture of it and I sent it, and like I just want to read Robert's responses. Because I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah.
And apparently
it just started. Like, I think that was the first thing that really popped up that they were doing like that.
So I said, check this out. I bought this Marvel Legends box set off Amazon. I think it's an Amazon exclusive. Look what was on my porch. No bullshit. Look at the back. And it has like the fucking tracking sticker and shit, right? Like
directly on the
label.
Box.
And then he said, I can't tell if you think you got scammed or if you think you scored. And I said, it's just shitty. And he said, oh, wait. And I said, what if I was a mint and sealed box collector? And he said, wait. You're one of those. And I said, what? And he said, derp, just slapped a shipping label on my box. You must not have been on Facebook. I am proud to inform you that you now join the ranks of many stinky fatties. long story short, at checkout, you had to select a ship in an outside box button.
Yeah, this is new.
And then he said, oh, this is rich. At heart, you're a stinky fatty. You mean, and I said, are you for real? And he said, you mean the stinky fatty outrage or my teasing? And I said, neither. And he said, that you had to select to put in an Amazon box? Yes, that's real. And I believe free of charge too. And I said, I've never encountered that before. So then he starts sending me a bunch of pictures with my face put on some fat person at a computer.
Oh, nice.
Over and over and over again, the basement dweller that spent his whole life accomplishing nothing. The Basement Dweller in Action. There's my face on that fella. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Then he's
horrifying.
Then he says. Then at some point I can't find it now, but here it is. This is a picture of me holding the Amazon box with it cropped to just show a finger of mine that was crushed on Sunday with my face put on that. And that's how Robert D spends his days.
This is very true. Pretty much.
How much time do you have?
There's a lot of people who post selfies, and he immediately just destroys them.
So apparently, this is. I've never seen this before. I've never heard of this before. I've never encountered anything remotely similar.
This was the first thing that's bubbled up with it. Is this 3-pack for some
crazy?
reason?
It's so bizarre to me.
It's very strange.
Is it an environmental thing?
But the figures look like they're fine.
I mean,
for sure.
I'm sure it saves them a box.
And don't get me wrong, but my concern with it more so is not because I don't think most people are mint and sealed box Marvel Legends collectors, by and large.
Sure
they're out there.
Some.
I'm sure there are. But I think by and large,
yeah.
My concern also more so is that like, let's say that I lived like I have a little bit of space between my house and that, not a ton, but let's say that I lived like in an apartment. And now it's just sitting on the floor where 30 people are walking by, and like they could just help themselves to my fucking. Like, that's like, it just seems irresponsible. Like,
right.
Yeah. To just not even just paper wrap that bitch.
Right.
Yeah. And also it's exclusive. And there are people who collect exclusives still in box.
Yeah. Let's look at this if you ordered an air fryer and they sent it in the box with a label on it, would you think twice about it?
Yeah. I'll be like, why is this air fryer just sitting out there with a label on it?
I think so. But I think if I was a stranger, I wouldn't think there was an air fryer in it.
Okay.
Yeah, you think it was our leftover box?
Somebody bought it off eBay.
So when you buy action figures from Sideshow and they come
in a shipper,
barely,
but in a shipper,
yeah.
But it's the problem with that is that the shipper has now become a thing, right? So mint and sealed shipper is strange.
So I'll tell you, I got a Sideshow figure in this past week.
What'd you get?
I got the comic Punisher.
6-scale
figure.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Look at you.
Well, I don't know if I've talked about it. I have this fear that the Punisher is going to get canceled, cancel culture canceled. So
really,
yeah, some of the things that have happened,
police
the
using
law enforcement, using
that's
it.
not the Punisher's fault.
It's not, but I think a lot of things get canceled that is not the fault of the thing or person. It's the environment that it's become.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, this thing was. The price the guy had was like I double checked it. I'm like, that's like $50 less than retail, and it's here. Yeah, I'll buy it. And it comes in, their shipper,
right?
Which it always takes me back a step because I'm like, it's so small. Because those boxes, I don't know if you've got any Sideshow. The boxes are a lot narrower.
Oh no!
Yeah, like it was in my mailbox.
Shit.
We have a really big mailbox, but
flex.
Yeah, it's not the kind that has.
Flexing.
It's not the kind that has the door in the front and the back, so to speak. It's just. So I was like, it says it's delivered. What the fuck? And I was like in my head, I'm like, how's that gonna fit in the? Oh, it's in there. But the guy had like taped, shit all over it. Like he had just shipped it in the shipper, and in my head, it was like, oh no, the shipper's ruined. And then I'm like, I don't really care, but still, it's like, it's bothering me. But, I'm just saying, I think that a lot of times if you buy something large, and that's not necessarily large, but they're not looking at that. They don't care that it's a collectible. They don't know it's
absolutely.
It's
sure.
It's in bin 715.
Right.
And they need to pull it and
slap a sticker on it.
Yeah, the direction and say, okay, slap. Yeah. Down the road we go.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm certainly like. I'm not even. I'm not upset about it, but I think it's the wrong choice.
Yeah,
is basically.
I think it makes it extra wild that is a window box.
Right, right.
So it's not like a box like a Lego box. It's like it's just like right in it, and it's just a fucking figure sitting
like,
there.
what if you buy a dildo?
It's just gonna be loose,
fucking wiggling.
It's just bouncing around on your patio?
What's the strangest package? Like the box of. What's the strangest thing you've gotten a package What's the weirdest fucking box somebody's used to ship you something that you can think
Oh,
of?
it's definitely the Chinese ones where it's just like one flat piece of cardboard. They literally use scissors to cut to wrap around whatever you have.
Well, I've gotten
into a
those
box.
too.
I had
And
to
then
do
the
one
whole
of
thing
that for-
fucking
with the yellow tape
over.
in
Taped
the
over.
corners.
Yeah.
And as you peel the tape off, it's like peeling the styrofoam.
Mhm. It's a total disaster. It's a mess.
Yeah.
I always say it looks like a brick.
Yeah, it does.
It's tamper-proof. That's for goddamn sure. Ain't no one getting that shit.
I once got a loose figure in a Land O'Lakes stick butter box.
Oh wow.
Like it was, the 4 sticks of butter coming. Yeah, that was an action figure, like wadded.
Yeah, I've had a few of those wonky ones, but I couldn't tell you one. But I did learn something today. So I sent this Jabba's Palace diorama to Joe B. Right?
Joe Budden?
Yeah, Joe Budden.
Close
Yeah,
like
Joe-
that
Joe
shit.
Budden. Yeah, Joe Budden.
On a DL. Like,
Yeah, he was like,
Pump it up.
he was like, "Look, ever since this Spotify thing has gone down, I'm taking him out a whole new door. I want a Jabba's Palace diorama." For Joe B, so I packed it up. I had to do a Chinese number on it with cut pieces of cardboard to build
build a box.
to build a box for it. And what's funny is that I just waited a week. I would have been able to. It's a long story, doesn't matter. But that IKEA box just came, which is another story I'll tell after this one. Anyway, my matcha cases are on a boat too, by the way, for the listeners.
nice.
Wow.
I know.
Hey, not to jinx you, but it'll be your luck that the boat sinks.
Don't. Let's not do that. Don't do that. I don't like that, Joe. I don't like that energy.
It's the bottom of the
don't
fucking
like that
Atlantic
energy.
now,
I
or
don't like that
Pacific.
energy.
Pacific, yeah.
So,
Pretty specific. Which ocean it is.
I get it. No,
There's not that
it's
many.
not lost on me.
There's not that many.
Come aboard.
Come on,
I don't like splinters.
So, anyway, I forget where even.
Joe B. diorama shipping.
Yes. So he hits me up, right, and he's like, "Hasn't changed. Tracking hasn't moved since such and such." And I like look at him, like, "Oh no, oh no."
How did you do priority or did you
Priority 2 day?
Okay.
And I duct taped the fuck out of this. I was like, they probably seized this shit. It probably looks shady as fuck. Anyway, it's finally accounted for and supposed to be out for delivery today, ironically. But went to the post office. My wife went to the post office today and brought it up to them. And we got a little bit of information. So the reason why many packages are like, whoa, everything's taking so long now, is because every now and then your package will be handled by or delivered to a facility that has a COVID outbreak. And when that happens, they quarantine the packages.
Gotcha.
For 2 weeks. And then they send them back on their fucking merry way. And it has been about a 2-week delay.
So I sent in an air fryer box, to be honest. So Matt B ordered the Detolf backers Autobots. He ordered 8, 4 of each, 2 Detolfs full. This was early COVID season. And I couldn't find a box. We just got a new air fryer. And I'm like, fuck, they fit perfect in here. It's styrofoam, this is going to protect it. I sent it parcel select. I didn't send it priority. A month.
Wow.
It took a month. And I was like, look, dude, I'll just make them again for you if they don't show. And they showed up.
Yeah.
I had a pack. Paul, every time Paul C sends me something, it takes forever. He had a box he sent me from Chicago, and it took a very long time. I think it was like 14 days for priority.
So I had 2 stories. One is this IKEA one. This other one is I've been dabbling on eBay a good bit recently. Been just picking up a little thing here and there. I've been playing a game. Most of the time, fucking paying fucking retail or fucking $10 more than retail. If you want to be honest. I got that little fucking guy here.
Oh, Koopa.
Oh, you went in back in your Mario bag. Huh?
Little Koopa kid. I do. I love the Koopa kid. So,
Is that the Bandai one?
no, they didn't do one. They only.
I can't keep up with what they do. It's
Jack specific.
Jack specific. So I've got all the Bandai and just some of the Jack stuff kind of fill in a box somewhere.
So, I finally catch a deal on a statue that I've wanted, and not a quarter scale, a 6 scale statue that I've wanted for years, decades. Not lusted for, but kind of like, man, I should have.
Nice to have.
Should have got that. I should have got that. And it retailed for I think one between $150 and $175. Usually goes for about $200, $250. Box a little beat up. They show it. I buy it for $130, and I'm like, you know what? Worth it. You know, I paid $10 here, I paid $10 there, but I got this. I finally got a deal. Week goes by. 2 weeks go by. No tracking update. So I go in and I check. This dude's fucking reputation score or whatever that shit is just fucking nose diving into the fucking core of the planet.
Oh boy.
Everybody, he's not returning messages. He's
he
not
was
like,
fine before.
do not buy. And I'm just like, for fuck's sake. No wonder I got this thing at a steal. I'm like, nobody's competing? Nobody?
No one.
This is all on me? So that's one thing that's been going on. The second thing
Did he die, maybe?
I don't think
Did
so.
you just get your money back yet?
No, I sent him a message, like a not playing around message, and I was like, look, this thing hasn't shipped. You got 24 hours before I get my money back. I'm giving you a heads up.
Yeah, maybe I'll pay you. But yeah, I just want. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you checked the reputation before you bought, right?
Negative.
Oh.
Negative.
I honestly don't. It doesn't concern me at this point because I know I'm going to get my money back pretty quick.
Yeah, but I want the item is the thing. Oh, it's a waste of your time to have to fucking go through PayPal.
Yeah,
and-
that I agree with.
So like, if as long as like 98 and above, I'm good.
The other thing is IKEA. So I went to IKEA whenever, after we beat COVID.
Oh, we beat it.
After we beat,
you beat it. You beat it.
yeah.
You personally beat his ass, but not
after Kris and I became survivors.
That's right. I'm getting a ribbon.
After we became survivors, we went to IKEA, and I bought a ton of shit. No, actually, I didn't buy that much. Laura bought a bunch of shit, but I wanted some lights, the last bit of lights for the glass case and for the Module case, and for it doesn't matter. So I told you the story, right? I go up, I order, they give me the sheet. I got to go here. I check out. I pay for it. Then I go to pick them up, and then I pick up. They're like, "Oh, sorry, we only have 6 of your fucking 14 that you want." So. And I was like, so what do you got to do? I was like, well, you got to get back in that long-ass line that you just got out of and get a refund. And I was like, something's wrong with the process. We all agree here, right? I was like, is there anything we can do? Get them from another store, have them sent? And they're like, oh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
That's a great idea.
Hold on 1 second. So they start, and actually it was Laura's idea, to be fair. But so they start, like it's like that lady at fucking Meet the Parents. At the
airplane?
She's just like tapping away on the fucking keys for 30 minutes. And then she's like, hold on. Contact Tennessee, where Kris Pinkerton's from. Contact Minneapolis. And, and then all of a sudden, like, okay, boom, you're set. Cool. Should be there September 11th. Easy day to remember,
They're
right?
They're going to ship to you, or they're going to be at the store?
Ship to me, to my front door.
For free.
September 11th, for free.
Bless
Because I
up.
already paid for them.
Bless up.
So I was like, cool, beautiful. And they were like, and I'll be honest with you. And I was like, oh, well, fucking by all means, please be honest.
Lay it
please
down.
be
Lay it
honest
down.
with me. I'm leaning in. She's leaning in. It's coming USPS, so it might even come a little early. And I was like, well. So anyway, I tongue kissed her, and then we walked out of the room, right? And so September 11th comes. Actually, September 8th comes, and I get an email that says your items are being picked from IKEA, and I'm like, hallelujah. Not going to come early, but looks like we're going to be here on the 11th, like they promised. 11th comes, nothing. 12th, 13th, 21st comes. I call IKEA. Finally get to talk to a person, explain the situation. This lady on the phone is like, you know what? That doesn't make any damn sense. And I was like, lady, you and I agree.
Welcome to my world.
And she was like, it says they got 13 of them in the store. And I was like, well, is there any way we can get these things shipped? She's like, I wish we could. Can't do it. I was like, God bless. She said, let me talk to my manager real quick. She goes and talks to her manager. She comes back. She's like, look, you just got to wait. It's COVID. Everything is fucking COVID.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, this figure came broke. Like, yeah, COVID got in it. So like, I'm like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that you can't contact this store and tell them to put it in a box and mail it today. And she's like, yeah, no, it sucks. She's like, I'm with you. It's stupid, but can't do anything about it. Fucking shows up 2 days later. So they fucking definitely did something about it. They just wanted to make it seem like they didn't do anything about it. Priority 2-day shipping. 2 days after I call,
You got it. The
Come
2-day
on.
shipping.
Wow.
come on, keep it real with me. That's all I ask. We only have one note.
I actually have something else real quick.
Yeah.
So I wholesale figures from time to time, mostly Mezco.
Yeah.
And occasionally I get into other things, which this Lim Toys recently brought out. It's something to do with fucking Metal Gear Solid, Ahab. It's this, Joe, you might know. It's like one of the snake dudes.
Yeah, it's not a snake, dude.
Okay.
What about it?
Well, the figure finally came in. So I took pre-orders in February of 2019. It got delayed. COVID season hit. So I had to take I took an NRD on this stuff. It was like $22. And so this one in particular guy, I'm like, he asked me in May of last year, hey, when's the release date for this? Sorry, I've never done this before. I'm like, yeah, well, I'll tell you when it comes out, blah, blah, blah. May of this year, I messaged this guy. Hey, just want to let you know the figure's finally releasing in June, which it was supposed to. And it didn't. And then on the 9th of September, finally it's landed in the States and money's due ASAP. September 15th. Hi there. Figures are in. Please let me know by 9/18 if you'll be sending payment. Because at 9/18, I'm selling it to who wants to buy it. I'm not holding this for you anymore. And I got this reply from him last night. Hey, man, I'm sorry about the late reply. I'm really not on here as often as I was. Honestly, I love the figure, but my life has changed a lot since placing this order. I had a son, bought a home, and I'm doing my best to keep up with COVID. Sorry, but feel free to sell to the next person. Be safe and thanks. And I just hit him with the heart.
It's understandable.
No, it is, but it's like, you think about this, like, shit, you pre-order something, and I mean, that's a lot to happen in a year.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
I mean, his entire life has changed.
Right.
Think about when I ordered a $2,000 case. And how much my life could have drastically changed over the course. You know what I mean?
You could have moved the tape. The tape on the carpet could have gotten moved, Bobby. And then you wouldn't have known where to put it. Oh, where's this gonna go? Oh, look, you can put it here. Put it sideways in this hole. That's what she said.
To be fair,
Mack truck.
I just put that tape down like probably the day before you guys came over for the first time. Like,
oh, okay. Sure. Yeah.
because I was measuring out to see if the fucking Naboo canoe would fit on top of it. Anyway, only a note we have.
I just thought that was interesting. So.
Yeah, well, it is funny because I mean, like a lot of these pre-orders. I mean, and I have other ones out there. I still haven't heard anything about my fucking Gambit. Like, I got a lot of these pre-orders out there, Unicron, etc. Like, and life is drastically changing. And at a point this year, it seemed like it was changing by the minute.
Yeah,
you know. Only note we really have is I had a good note for it. I was like, WandaVision 2020.
There you go.
I forgot about that show.
Huh?
Yeah.
Vision.
I get it.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah. And the year. Yeah.
Huh? Anyway, got pictures and stuff. All looks like it's coming right out of that Vision book.
It does.
Which
it looks
which
like
has me excited.
I'm just interested to see how they get there. If
Yeah,
they tell you, or if it's just like, at the end of it, is she staring into a snow globe? I don't know.
So everything seems, in my opinion, there's news of Marvel introducing the multiverse now, right? Like they're and DC's doing it as well. I would imagine that the Marvel one has a lot to do with the recent passing of Chadwick Boseman. I would imagine.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think that maybe that might be an introduction into it in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know.
I was under the
They're
impression.
bringing X-Men.
Heard Tom Cruise might be being Iron Man in some different universe. Like, I
Really?
yeah, seriously.
Please don't.
I was under the impression that that and the Bucky Falcon show, which I guess it has been confirmed is pushed to next year.
Yeah,
they were holding those because of something that happens in Black Widow.
Yeah,
and now they're that's coming out, and Black Widow is still. I think they're trying for a November release, which I don't know.
And somebody hit me up this week and said that Wonder Woman is dropping in Germany soon.
Right.
Okay.
But then I was like, that seems insane.
Just to drop it in one country.
It's just going to get pirated.
Yeah, immediately.
And then he said, well, we don't do subs in Germany. Everything is dubbed.
In German.
Yeah, so I was like,
Tim K, get your ass to work.
So there it is that they're counting on nobody wanting to sitting through the German version of, because I won't watch that movie in German.
You know what would be fun? Let's turn the audio completely off and we'll dub it ourselves. Hey man, what are you doing over there?
I'm Diana.
No, Leia. Gonna voice Wonder Woman.
Perfect.
She's like, get to the plane.
You need to say please.
But anyway, I am excited about that WandaVision show.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be good.
I think more so than anything else. Like, I'm more excited about that than I am for Eternals, than I am for...
I don't know shit about Eternals. So.
The Bucky Falcon, than I am for Black Widow. Yeah. Like, I think I'm more excited about the WandaVision.
I think it's because it's such an abstract piece of art.
It's something new.
Yeah. It's going to be
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did read, I think I might have forwarded it to you, follow-up I had mentioned last week about some discontent on the Mandalorian set.
Yes.
About Mr.
There's been a lot
Pascal
of that floating around.
Does not want to wear the helmet, which, I mean, dude, did you not do any research here?
Yep.
And that apparently these stories are going to kind of lean away from him. But like you said, you've seen his face once. If you never need to see his face again, let somebody else do a scruffy voice that's about that height.
It's the same reason why they would have never killed Chewbacca in the sequel trilogy, because you can always put somebody else in the dog suit.
Exactly.
Like, my thoughts are on that is get him the fuck out of here ASAP, because the quicker you replace him, the quicker we can come to terms with it.
Yeah.
And it, like, he's like, one monkey don't stop no show,
right?
Especially this show, and especially that monkey. You know, like, and I know this sounds fucking insane, but it is the world we live in, where it matters. But Gina Carano and Pedro unfollowed each other.
Oh my goodness!
I know. What? What you say?
How dare? What?
Oh God! Give me a glass of water, would you?
Have you ever unfollowed somebody on social media and they hit you up and been like, "Hey, why'd you unfollow me?" I've had that happen to me a couple times.
I don't think so.
It's only like, bro, I'm just not into that stuff anymore. Sorry. I mean, it's nothing personal. Like, fuck you. I don't want to see pictures of that anymore. So
there was this one dude that, like, I mean, you're familiar with him too, where he I forget what I said, but I pissed him off with something, and he went on this tirade and tried to smear me, and
it's something similar to that's my post about it. Look who unfollowed. It's like, who fucking cares? I'm nobody and you're nobody.
Yeah. Well, I ended up unfollowing him after he was like smearing. I was like, look, I'm good. I don't need this. I don't need to hear you.
Right.
Enjoy. Best of luck. And it didn't take off.
Joy luck?
Well, no, I would never.
Club?
But like the smear campaign didn't take off. So he eventually quit. Like, he quit Instagram altogether, and I have screenshots of like all of it. Like,
I don't know. It may be the same person that I helped run.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Anyway, let me read this YK bit, and I had a great talk for Force Sensitive with Matt H. Just a Mandalorian discussion, and we talked about it because he's like a big fan.
Yeah,
and we talked about it for 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and
you record it?
Yeah. So I put it up on Patreon. I'll put it out, I think, on Nerd Rage platforms this Saturday. But it was a pretty good discussion. Let me see here about YK, because he did. So he said, I am with Joe on this. It's not about having more Asian-centric movies. It's about the representation of Asian people in movies. It's about having more Asians play roles that are not specifically written as an Asian character, but roles that can be played by any other types of race and gender, too. If Commissioner Gordon can be played by a black actor, then Joker should be played by an Asian. Should be able to be played by an Asian. Mm-hmm. About the honor in China... Yeah, that's a solid point. There's nothing you can really say about that. About the honor in Chinese culture comment by the Shang-Chi actor... Quite frankly, I'm not bothered. You want to talk about honor? Don't work for Disney, who are nothing but a giant capitalist machine in Kowtow.
Let me see it.
Kowtow, yeah.
Yeah? What is that?
That's like bowing to.
Okay, kowtow to the Chinese government.
Yeah.
A different yet equally more morally dubious empire that suppresses the freedom of its citizens. Having said that, when Mulan, a movie based on Chinese folklore, directed and written by non-Chinese people, lecturing people about Chinese honor, it does feel a bit hokey. See,
that's the part that he's complaining about.
Correct, but this is the word that I take issue with here is the lecturing. You're not lecturing people about Chinese honor. Honor is a honor.
So you're talking about through the lens of the movie.
Yeah, like honor is a moral value. Mm-hmm. Like, to present it is not a lecture, it's a presentation. Just like loyalty is a value. And like, you could say that loyalty is often a big part of Italian mafia movies and family, and but it's a value. It's not lecturing people on why they should be loyal, why they should be. Half those motherfuckers flip on them the moment they get pinched anyway. Right. But it's about a presentation of it, and as long as it's a positive one, You know, it's not like it was like on lecturing you on fucking cheating on your wife. I'd be like, well, yeah, maybe we should. I mean, if our kids are watching this thing, we don't want to make it seem like cheating on your wife is the way to go. You know, but it's like it's not like it's a bad thing. I don't know, and that's where I get with the Joy Luck, not Joy Luck Club. It's just because you just fucking said it.
It's always my fault. It's always my fault.
It's the Big Fat Greek Wedding. You know, where it's like, you know, this is definitely playing into contrived tropes as well. And I mean, there's a fair amount of, you know, blaxploitation films, like all, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a thing, and it goes across all. I would say it goes across every culture. Like, I don't think that, like, I mean, Beverly fucking Hillbillies. You know what I mean? Like it's just something that Hollywood does.
Why do you keep looking at me?
Well, because they're from Mississippi, where you're from.
Wow.
And then he says, anyhow, I'm happy for everyone who enjoys the movie. I didn't watch Crazy Rich Asians and Mulan 2. These two movies are not my thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's my boat.
Which is irrelevant to the topic of, is something about this fundamentally wrong? You know? Right. And that's where I take issue with it, is like declaring something wrong from some sort of high ground. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe, you know, but it's like...
yeah, that's why I'm too. Like, I mean, especially since having watched it.
Because, like, you know, Black Panther, like, black cast, black director, but, like, is it wrong if let's say a white person wrote that, or an Asian person wrote that, is that somehow wrong?
It would definitely feel different, I think. Like, just gut feeling, gut reaction, I'm like, that doesn't...
Maybe.
I think it comes down to perspectives and life experiences.
I think a culture. Mm-hmm. You know, like culture is not defined by race.
You could write a lot better story about gangsters in Baltimore than I could.
Yeah. Well, I could, if I lived in Japan my entire life, I could write a movie about Japan better than a Japanese American person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know what I mean? That's my thing with it, is that, like, just because it's this, it doesn't make it that.
Yeah.
You know,
you're right.
That's it. Like, and I don't. And now, if it's something where it's like, you know, at the same time though, you never know, right? And like, I'm not locked into this. It could be fucking 30 years from now. I'm like, oh my god, I was a fool. Like, not only was I fucking wrong on that, but I was also eating a Popeye's chicken sandwich. You know, or like, you know, because you learn some new shit.
They're still good.
Oh my god, it's insane. It's insane.
I hadn't had one of those probably since the last time we had it.
But I'm saying,
you're fucking losing it, bro.
I crave that shit sometimes.
It just pops.
Okay, and then the other thing is, we did get a question. Let me do my best to. It looks like we got two questions. Dude, why is it so? All right, well, let's do this one first because it's right here. Paul C. He said, "What is Black Friday going to be like this year? Retailers have come to rely on it each year. How will they handle it in a post-COVID world?" I'm not even sure it is a post-COVID world. Online, I guess post-COVID introduction. Online sales are final, but people still buy more during the in-person frenzy. There are families who usually go Black Friday shopping together. Will they still go shopping? Will people respect social distancing guidelines?
Fuck no.
So I actually saw on the news or somewhere that most retailers are gonna start with the deals a lot sooner this year. So, and that may just be. I mean,
isn't some stores saying they're not going to open for Black Friday too? I thought I saw that.
Well, I know. Was it
Walmart?
Walmart's not going to open on
Thanksgiving.
I think it's going to be a very different scene. I mean, I think a lot of places aren't going to. It may be a lot more organized. Hey, what are you here for? Okay, you want the Nimrod box set and the air fryer. Okay, I have the air fryer, the Nimrod box sets all got shipped from Amazon with labels on them. Do you?
Right.
You know, it may just be a
Cyber Monday, bro. Like, I don't know. I think I'll touch on different. I've never participated in Black Friday.
I've done it plenty of times.
Yeah, I've done it.
Mainly like, just to see the madness, like see people fight over socks in JCPenney.
Yeah, like elbow a soccer mom for a vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
You're 100%.
Yeah, like
sign me up.
I mean, that's the only.
Back
reason
off,
I've
Deborah. Back off. This is my land shark or whatever the fuck it's called.
Shark 3-in-1 pet hair special.
Bitch, if you don't, I will rip your fucking turtleneck off of you.
I don't care how festive your vest is, Deborah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that rolls out. I don't have any predictions, but I mean, how cheap can flat screens get? I mean,
yeah. My family and I usually go out. Like we'll go out.
We'll just buy a TV, just buy one, throw the other one away.
We usually We usually go out at like 11 or so a.m. because like
$8, Joe. Come on. I eat my dinner on it and throw it away.
Well, I mean, like
use them as fucking plates.
You can use them as a fucking diorama table for a while.
Yeah.
But we usually go out around 11 a.m. Most of the time, what I'm looking for is like Blu-rays and shit, or you know what I mean. It's like they're not selling out. So like, every now and then we like when we got that TV, we took advantage of some like ridiculous like.
Have you ever stood in line for something like outside, standing in line, Best Buy, waiting?
Yeah,
on
when I was younger, my brother and I used to do it. For dumb shit and nothing for anything that we probably had to stand in line for.
The last thing I remember standing in line for, and it was Sam's Club had, I think it was a Galaxy S3 for like $30 or something, which was like super cheap.
Right.
And I stood in line for that. So the last thing I remember standing in line. I mean, I knew people that like fucking got up at. This is before like Thanksgiving Day.
Right.
They like 3:00 go fucking stand in line at Walmart to buy whatever.
So I went to Walmart this morning to get paint, and afterward I was like, man, I'm gonna walk up to GameStop and check their figures.
Which one did you go to?
The one by you.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm gonna walk up to the GameStop and check their spot, and then I'm gonna walk up to Walgreens and see if they got that.
Listen. Don't come in my space.
Poaching.
Mainly because I checked all that yesterday and ain't shit.
You're like,
territory.
it better be some Granite Grays left on that shit.
I got a funny story about Granite Gray.
Okay.
Sidebar. COVID season hits. Apple Barrel shut down. We can't find. I put out feelers. People thankfully send me some. Kelly found some outfit that had them. It showed in stock on their. I think I told you guys.
Yep.
And it doesn't tell you till you get checked out and paid. Shipping delays.
Right.
Guess what just randomly showed up last week?
Box of fucking Granite Grays.
I think we paid double retail for them, which whatever.
Damn.
It's $1 a bottle.
Right.
Like we have probably a lifetime supply of Granite Gray. Anyways, please continue.
So I bought all these paints. Leave there. Go up to GameStop, and there's people hanging out.
Were they open this morning?
They weren't open yet. I was there too early.
Yeah, I think they open at 11.
They do. Okay. I was at 10:15, and they're right by a fucking haircut spot.
Yes. So I got a story about that too, but go ahead.
So I was like, oh well, guys fucking can't hang out in the fucking barbershop. And then I actually went through this whole monologue in my head. I'm like, man, I miss going to the barbershop and like shooting the shit and like waiting for your turn and the old timers in there talking a gang of shit. And then, so I walked up and I pulled the door, and this guy's like, they don't open till 11. And I was like, oh, all right. And he was like, and there's already 4 of us, and they only got 4. And I was like, you and I don't understand one another. Why are you here? And he said, for the Xbox, whatever that comes out today.
The pre-order goes up today. I don't think it comes out.
No.
It actually comes out today?
It comes out. They have 4 of them.
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, they have 4 of them in the store. And I was like, oh, I'm here for Star Wars figures. So I'm not getting in your way, sir. And went on about my day. But there's 4 motherfuckers lined up 45 minutes early to get that. And like they were turning people away because they were like, look, the store, you can see them. They only got 4, and there's 4 of us in line. So people were like, fuck, I'm going to the next one.
There's the hair cuttery or whatever it's called next door, and people are, you have to wait outside and they call you in. There was a guy sitting in a chair out there. Was it yesterday? I was there. It was noonish. The sun just glaring in this guy's face. No sunglasses, just sitting there. And I'm thinking, I've got 2 options here if I'm this dude. Don't get a fucking haircut today or go blind. The fucking, how much did you need your fucking neck trimmed and your bangs cut, bro?
Yeah.
And that Walgreens is trash.
Oh my God! It looks like the Walgreens that Time forgot.
Well, it was Rite Aid till recently, and they bought them out.
It was the worst Walgreens I've ever been in.
It's trash. I go in there because we go to the Safeway pretty often, so it's right there. I'll just park kind of in the middle and go just look at the toy aisle, and they've had the same shit I think since it became a Walgreens.
Zori Bliss.
Yeah. Is that the one right next to the Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
And Domino's.
Yeah. What?
Italian pizza joint.
Oh, that's the place that was full of
J&L?
completely packed with people, even during like peak COVID.
That's where we get our bacon French fry pizza from.
Domino's.
It's not Domino's. It's oh shit! You don't.
No, not J&P's.
J&P. What are you talking about?
Domino's, bro. They deliver within 20
It's
minutes.
got blue and red.
It's got a
on the logo. It's got some dots on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fuck you too.
It's down there by Chipotle.
no, you got to think of like a Spanish twist on that.
Chipotle.
Yeah.
That's actually how you say it. So.
Chapato. I used to call it Chapato, but like when it first came out, I didn't know what
I didn't know how to say that word for a long time.
I got that
Chipotle.
I got that demeanor shit from Dom. And one time we read New Jersey Comic Con or whatever, Collector Con. He said he dropped that shit, and I was like, dude, that's just.
I didn't know what the hell you're talking about.
Anyway, with that being said, unless you guys got anything else, we can wrap it up. Shout out to the Cool Table and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
That's all I do now. Too.
Yeah, shout out to the Cool Table.
It's on Facebook if you want to look.
I just did it again.
You look at them TIE fighters.
Shout out to TIE fighters, a Rancor.
There's an Interceptor too.
See, now I'll be honest with you. That fucking thing between the Bantha and the Rancor, I have no idea what it is. The big stupid giraffe thing that the Jawas ride.
I bet you have one.
Yeah, I definitely have one.
Great.
Shout out to Dante helping us out with Facebook, and Marilyn. He also has Off the Mats podcast, and Marilyn Phil on Twitter and doing our notes. Raul on Instagram, and all of the Andys and folks and helping us out with Force Sensitive Force Friday. And with that,
Flappy Labius.
Tasty taint.
shout out to Esmond also. Tight Dick Player.